we switched continents. Good job, everyone. Good job. Well, I don't know. You guys might switch continents all the time. It's a big deal for us.
It takes a couple of sessions for us to get off an island.
Valid.
I mean, we've been stuck on Paratorna for a while now.
No.
Primarily in Tresilva.
It's a liberating place to be.
Oh, good. Even in one place. Nice.
Yeah. It's all amazing. Good evening, everyone. And I mean everyone, because we have almost everyone here tonight. It's a bit crazy, because apparently everybody wants to be here tonight for various reasons, as you will soon see. So this is our special episode. I don't know how many special episodes will be. We'll find out. I'm sure there will be more before this campaign ends in Fire and Blood. Partying, everybody hugging it out, everybody being friendly with each other. That's how it's going to end.
We do a lot of that.
Lots of high fives, a lot of good games.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually do a lot of partying in this group, so
There's a lot of full contact hugging.
Yep.
It's a dagger in the back between friends.
Well, it'll be full contact, all right.
Is dagger in the back another euphemism?
No.
Oh.
We have...
It is for Artegue. Everything's euphemism for Artegue.
We have both adventurers and agents here tonight, and I'm going to start by introducing the adventurers, because this would regularly have been our adventure episode. And on that overlay, I have Artegue, Eldrida, Nefria, and Sifanu in that order. So, Artegue.
Well, hi, I'm the infamous Rob. I'll be portraying Sir Artegue da Fontra Cilor. You can pretty much drop the Sir. Large splash of hedonism thrown on top of a big burly, no, you can't hurt them, I know them. Yeah. I like to keep all the rest of the party alive, and the rest of the party's alive, so success.
100% success rate.
Exactly. There might be an appearance from the Shadow Power Limer Späde tonight. We'll see. I think there might be, yeah. Yeah.
Possibly. I couldn't tell you. He's a very strange man.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Eldrida.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I play the player character, Eldrida da Vumbra, who is the party's witch and sort of woodswoman and general catch-all for random crap. She also gets high a significant amount. And tonight I'm also playing the Shadow Power Ingolma. I can't say her name. Ingolma is the Wigmaker guild leader. She's basically the godmother. And as you can see, I'm just an innocent old lady in my innocent old lady room, and I just make wigs for people. So I will primarily be playing Ingolma tonight because Eldrida, I imagine at a party, is going to avoid people. She's not much of a people person. So please just assume that I am Ingolma when I have this little wrap on, my old lady wrap, as best as I could, and we'll try to do our best here.
And then we have Nefria.
Hi, I am Harasamina. I play Nefria de Coalhall, and she's just kind of I would describe her at this point as a social butterfly. She just makes friends and relationships wherever she goes. And then I also play the Shadow Power Fundibéra, which will be indicated with the mask.
Very nice. Sifanu.
Hi, I am Goat. I will be playing Sifanu de Crimbid, the group's wizard, mostly dabbling in necromancy, but I'm starting to bridge out there, starting to diversify a bit. I'll also be the Shadow. I'll also be playing the Shadow Power Geryon, who is wedding this session is participating.
Indeed, and he is getting married too.
Hi everyone, I'm Jess. I'm not sure which person I will be primarily playing. Princess Folda is the bride, and she will be indicated by her too posh to function accent. My other character is Lady Brythanni Walliswaithe, and who I'm sure will be fine and certainly in good health by the end of all of this. Yeah.
And then, of course, since we have... This is going to be an interesting session, I guess, because we might have an anti-creationist sorcerer in the same general vicinity as an Inquisitor. Right, Josh?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So this evening I will be playing Erald de Meld, and exactly that. You know, I'm here as... it's going to be really awkward this evening, is all I can say. And to that point is probably obvious. I'm playing the Shadow Power Barú, Samson, and Cora. So basically, anti-creationist beware. However, this evening it'll be fine. It's fine.
Though I'm not sure Sambarsund is here in person, though.
No, he is not here in person. Clarification. Staying where he's at.
In person, however, from the Digitalonga we have...
I'm Jessica L, and I am playing Praanz da Kaelve, the general who is just done with your shit. My shadow power is Goba da Grummi, and I'm not sure she'll be here or not. She usually has other business. You know, other people to oversee torturing. It's fine.
Yeah. Why would she risk her neck by going into the Viper's nest?
Right. She has prawns for a reason.
Yep. And we do not have Promos here tonight because he is busy with terrible real life stuff, and we wish him the very best. But I hope that he will soon rejoin us and be able to do that. But we do have Sin here who plays...
Yes, I am Cincinnatus. I play, of course, Lady Taralese da Bravaleti, who will be the one there. She's the manipulative bitch. She will find your secrets and she will use them against you. My shadow power is, of course, the Duchess Klenora da Spinalunga.
But she's not going to be there personally for
she is not.
Same reason.
She's got her own machinations she's dealing with.
Indeed, yes. And I mean, again, why would she be in the middle of anti-imperial forces as a duchess? That could be... We want to survive the night, at least some of us, right? I guess. So this takes place, almost all the action tonight will be in Fontra Cilor, and that is the old capital on the island of Palamuxian. We've covered this place before, but if there are people who don't remember what Fontra Cilor is, you should imagine Fontra Cilor to be something like Rome after the fall of Rome, like in the 7th or 8th centuries, I suppose. Lots of ruins, lots of decay, lots of remembering of things that were, combined with a lot of debauchery and so on and so forth. Strangely contrasted with the quiet, contemplative silence of the temple area and the university district. As such, we have done a Game of Shadows turn and kind of wrapped it up almost, but enough of it to know that some people are traveling to Fontra Cilor, and I'm thinking here specifically, of course, of everyone who is not necessarily a native of the place. Now,
I live here.
Yes, you live here. I have a feeling that the adventurers, Sir Artegue, Sifanu, Nefria, and Eldrida will be able to get to Fontra Cilor without too much trouble. They hop a ship in Rakma, and it takes them 2 days to cross the ocean, Whale Bay, across to Palamuxian. I'm guessing you're gonna get in through Hoxo, the city of illusions and mirrors.
Then we drag Sifanu past Hoxo while he kicks and screams and promise that we'll go after the wedding.
I mean, that's
but magic.
I know it's on the list. We will go right back.
Okay.
That is
I want to spend a month there.
That is a absolutely valid point to make, because it is an interesting place to be. Absolutely. If anyone who wants to be an illusionist will go to the city to train, And the first step there, apparently, so says legends, is to learn how to lie convincingly. So travelers going through Hoxo, don't ask for directions. They will never go where you want them to go. It's not a good idea. Also, don't expect your purse to remain in the belt for long. It's gonna be gone by the time you're down the block, and so on and so forth. It is, it's like that. So that is, I'm anticipating that the adventures, because we have the shadow figures here being. It's Folda who has most influence over Nostrol, and that's where you get when you leave Hoxo. And if you go through Moscoria, that would be going through lands right now controlled by Geryon Grotteschi. And I don't anticipate that they will do anything bad towards these adventures, would they? Nah.
I personally wouldn't hurt a fly, so...
So that's going to be...
Unmolested.
A less than problematic journey, a smooth one. In fact, I have a feeling maybe there might even be an escort, maybe some
Fancy
caravan.
carriage waiting for us.
There's a carriage waiting for you. How nice.
I could get used to this kind of treatment. We just found those horses, and now we had to leave them.
You might still have the horses. They might still be in Rakma. I don't know. Maybe not.
Sure.
We wrote our names on them, so no one's going to take them, right?
Well, Safanu is now a new rodeo brand.
That's how it works. I would be curious, however, about how Praanz and Erald and Lady Taralese might make their way towards Fontra Cilor. This is now spring, so traveling is going to be easier, at least across the ocean. No winter storms. That's very nice. But I'm guessing, would Lady Taralese and Praanz perhaps travel together?
I don't see why not. Unless there's a reason not to.
If
They're
Praanz
friends.
bringing my little brother, I would also travel with them.
This is good. So we're all on the same
Sure, we
ship
can pick you
together
up.
with the Dokellas, indeed.
And it would be probably a proper military escort. Knowing Praanz, she's not going to go out anywhere without a few men.
A few men, yes. As many
I
as...
can get behind that.
I mean,
I'm not saying like a full garrison, but I'm talking like probably maybe 10 in a couple of carriages or a couple of horses.
Yeah, it could probably be swung. Yeah.
Yeah.
At
And
least
Goma
one
will
person.
board the boat seemingly completely alone with just a little luggage. She moves rather slowly. She's not very quick on her feet anymore in her old age. But she does say, that I do have a couple of people traveling with me, but pay them no mind if you see them. Pay them no mind.
Praanz kind of smacks the brother to help her out. And...
Oh, thank you.
As soon as he saw his older sister coming up, immediately go and grab her bags. He knows better.
It is so nice to see you. Mwah.
Oh, big sister, it's been so long. How you been? How's the business?
The business is quiet. It's quiet.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
We might like quiet. It is too much noise. It's too much excitement.
That's why you're the boss.
Erald would try and awkwardly catch a ride with the rest, and if he seems that he's awkwardly not wanted, he will actually travel directly to the Holy Kishat and go across that way.
I would make sure you were with us.
Okay. So
This is not letting her priesthood hand go yet.
across the Holy Kishat, indeed. That would work, I suppose. You are, after all, the Inquisitor. And the Holy Kishat is very happy to receive the Inquisition.
However, yeah, if the boat is willing, I will totally go with Praanz. But yeah, that was my backup plan. Because I know at least I've got some
is
friends.
the boat willing?
Oh yeah, no. Praanz would make sure there was room for Erald.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine she had some hand in convincing him that this was a good idea.
That could be the case.
He writes his last will and testament before he gets on the boat.
I have a
Fine,
feeling.
it's fine. I've got your back. Everything will be fine.
Now, does he write one for his firebrand? For his fire tongue?
Exactly. Does Gio get a last will and testament as well?
No, Gio's actually explicitly told he's going to be seeing some stuff and to not action without Erald.
That makes sense.
Don't attack unless on command.
Yeah. I mean, Gio will of course stay as a shadow and always be in the vicinity, 3 steps away, with the hand on the hilt and ready for anything.
Possibly sniffing dismissively the entire time.
Exactly.
Yep.
Until he isn't anymore. I mean, the last one, we don't talk about what happened to the last one, right?
We're not going to talk about it.
Not going to talk
I'm sure
about
someone's responsible, but we're not going to talk about it.
Nobody's responsible. Certainly not anyone around here.
I think you already killed that person, didn't you?
Maybe. We never knew. GM doesn't kiss and tell.
If I could turn into a demon and fly, we'd have a whole separate set of problems.
The journey across takes about 4-ish days or so. This is across the Trakorian Sea. It's a very well-traveled trade route. You can go to Albarunzia or you can go to Sublok. Albarunzia is the shorter journey. And you will, of course, when you make this trip, pass by the darkness in the north, the cursed island of Stegos, an eternal reminder to everyone that the powers of the gods are indeed very real here. I suppose everyone has heard the legend of how the Stegosi people were cursed by Shamash for backstabbing the Kishat, or trying to, whereupon their entire fleet sank and the island was covered in darkness, potentially forever. Nobody goes there. Birds cannot fly through the air. Ships that get too close sink. Nobody goes in, nobody comes out. When the captain sees the darkness on the horizon, which lingers there even in the middle of the day, keeps a very respectful distance to that place for obvious reasons. Albarunzia itself, as a city, is, ironically enough, kind of like the city of Hoxo in that it's very white. And that's about where the similarities end. Because it is the city of the Kishat, and unlike just about any other place, this city has no statues, no frescoes, no reliefs, no mosaics, no art of any kind, for art is to distort reality, a pale imitation and a bad imitation of the real world as Shamash has created it, and therefore we shall have none of that. The very stern customs officers of the Kishat, all dressed in black, ironically, will go through your belongings. If you have a mirror in your possession, it will be impounded.
They go through my belongings?
Of course they do. They have to look for contraband, like mirrors.
Yes, yeah. And anything that they do find is things that I haven't, sifted away while they were looking.
Interestingly enough, I'm not sure they look for the kind of things that Ingolma would consider contraband.
Would Praanz have... Yeah, would Praanz have enough pull to basically stop them from doing that? Basically, these are, necessary to military Blah, blah, blah.
What would be necessary for military blah, 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 exactly?
Whatever's in my belongings.
You see, the mirrors are not used to actually look at the face or distort reality. They're used for signaling in military endeavors.
Sure.
This
This is why I bring Lady Taralese. She lies better than I do.
You
By
know,
all means, keep lying to the Shimashi. See how that works out for you.
Yeah, exactly. She could try. The Shimashi will. They have ways to spot the truth. Seeing as you have the Dicta Longa badge, it's still respected even in this part of the Empire, and you have an Inquisitor, they might agree to allow you to keep the things as long as it is kept in a sewn-up bag, so it cannot be opened on the grounds of the Kishat.
That's fine.
They will put a seal on it too to make sure that you don't, rip it open and close it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's basically how they will react to that. Are you, Erald, are you going to meet up with any of the Shimashi priests?
Nope, he'll pass basically right through.
Yeah, I mean, you will meet some of them because you're an officer of the Inquisition, and they will have a quick sit down with you, talk about, the horrors, and I'm sure their outrage over what is currently going on in Moscoria, where there is in fact a very powerful noble, Lord Grotteschi, who is trucking with horrible people like mentalists and illusionists, and this has to be confronted, right?
And I will politely reply back to that we're actually going to attend their wedding and investigate further as to what's actually going on there. See through the illusions.
Very good. I trust your fire-tongue companion will be busy by the end of your investigation.
I'm hoping that it won't come to that, but we'll see.
They will give you a token that you can pass on to the local Shimashi temple in Fontra Cilor, should you require their assistance.
Okay.
The Inquisition does have a chapter on the temple ground of the Shimashi temple. Since you are passing from the Holy Kishat into Moscoria, I have a feeling that some interesting things might happen on the way there. Mightn't they, Geryon?
Very much so. We talked about that earlier, so I'll let you narrate away.
Very well. I'm not sure exactly where you're passing the border, but let's put it to Favoki because it's one of the bigger cities there. By now, I mean, it takes about another week to travel across the Kishat by land. You can hug the coastline otherwise, I guess, with a ship and get up to Favoki that way. Be that as it may, food and drink in the Kishat is kind of miserable. I'm sure that Ingolma and Lady Taralese and Praanz will be sorely disappointed because, basically you're not supposed to eat your fill and drink anything that tastes good, and every table and every server will provide you with a small bottle of bile so you can, properly make the drink absolutely disgusting so you don't, enjoy your meals at all.
This very limited diet is good for my arthritis anyway. Yes.
The Shimashi priest will be very happy to hear that, yes.
I feel like Praanz has had worse. I mean, she's lived on military rations. This is fine.
This is true. Yeah. It's very Spartan. Though no one should be happy or joyful, of course, Madame Dokella, because we hope that the arthritis will continue to plague you so that you do not have a moment of fleeting happiness that is an illusion, after all. The world is woe and misery.
Oh, trust me, my dear. I have not been happy in many years.
Shamashi, blessings upon you. And once you arrive in Favoki, there will be an escort of a lot of Moscorian nobles. A couple of them will be riding those amazing not riding, they have chariots with the steppe rhinos. They're huge. They are about double the size of a rhino on Earth and have 6 legs. And they will pull chariots, and they are going to provide an escort to our very interesting and welcome Trakorian guests. Yes. Word has apparently spread. You have been expected. It's a full centuria, I believe.
Praanz is slightly impressed.
Any reactions from Erald or Lady Taralese?
Erald will just simply smile. Seeing the vast array of, well, quite literally, Erald's probably not seen something such as this before, so for all intents and purposes, it's just the magnificence of it. That Jurassic Park feel, I guess.
They are sizable, these things. Absolutely sizable. And there's a lot of footmen around. They will have to run next to you, I guess. You have some horses for a carriage that has been prepared just for all of you. Yeah, I'm not sure that Docella was expected necessarily, though. So that's an interesting.
Oh, honey, I'm never expected. It's fine.
They will have to provide quickly for another carriage for that, yes. But they will do.
Thank you. These old feet, we can't walk that far anyway.
And they will provide you with this escort. And of course, the captain of the escort will bow and do some kind of salute to the imperial representatives. Certainly, the general's reputation has preceded her. They will make sure that you're always kind of in the middle of the centuria. Yeah. And we are here simply, General, to provide for your safety. You understand that on the Moscorian plains there are quite a few very wild killer cranes. And even though we have attempted our best to tame these wild beasts for cavalry purposes, they are often of a temperament where that is not possible. So we have come here simply in order to make sure that you do not end up in the belly of one of those beasts. We're simply thinking of your safety, General.
I'm sure my men and I are in the very best hands.
The very best.
No, carry on.
His Majesty would have it no other way.
Praanz turns and whispers to Lady Taralese, "See, I didn't kill them."
Yes, darling, you're showing remarkable restraint right now. I'm so proud.
The journey across the Moscorian plains is, I'm going to say, quite a boring one. They will not let you out of their sight for obvious reasons. And you will be able to, I mean, you can see the Moscorian plains around you. They are very dry. It's like a steppe, really. They used to be very fertile and thriving, but that is a long time ago. You will see as you're... this again takes several days to cross from Favoki to Fontra Cilor. And on that road, you will see mostly dust, ruins, fallen monuments. And that is basically the Moscorian plains. I don't know if you will see any killer cranes, perhaps, somewhere. There are some few farms here and there dotting the landscape where they are desperately trying to grow something in this very salty earth that hardly wants to cooperate with anyone who does that kind of thing. And there might be some cattle here and there. Certainly you will see some cattle who's been killed by killer cranes, the remains of them at least. They're big birds, those things. And I think that is basically the extent of your impression of Moscoria. Right, Geryon? That's about what we're doing here?
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Nothing more violent than that. Yet.
It's fine. This is great.
Yeah.
Goma spends the entire time knitting and talking with her little brother about all the things that he's been doing, and then, tisking all the exciting things that he's involved in that she doesn't agree with.
If nothing else, the return journey might get just as interesting as this one, or even more so. Fontra Cilor. The place that was once the capital of the Clavikian Empire. This is supposedly, this is the 5th month of the year, Iskamsi, and in Tresilva and Paratorna, the spring would be in full swing. There would be quite comfortable temperatures. But we aren't there, are we? We are, in fact, in Fontra Cilor, which is much more temperamental in its climate. The river comes out from the Focalt Plains, the desert, and will finally make its way into a delta around the Trakorian Sea, mostly marshy such, because the river is bringing a lot of sediment and so on downstream. There is also that eternal tropical storm hurricane, cyclone, sitting just off the coast that never goes away, and that means that this city is hot and humid as on the hottest Tresilvan summer day, even now. And I'm curious, where are these guests coming to the city intending to stay? I know that Erald will, of course, go to the temple district and join the Shamashi temple. There's a bed for you there for sure.
Excellent.
How about the general and the rest of the Trakorian delegation?
I'm sure the general could pay enough to find an inn. I'm sure Goba gave her, money enough to fund the appearance.
She could. Yeah, absolutely. When you are in, she could give you that. All you have to do is give me a fate die. Woohoo! The first one for the evening.
Sure. Do I have to actually roll it or just give it to you?
No, you just give it to me, because that's like this session. You're traveling from Peraltro and so on, so she could have given you something in Peraltro.
Okay.
So that will be great. The Praanz has resources to that effect.
Yeah, I mean, and Goma will just assume somebody else is going to take care of her.
And most often she's right, isn't she?
I'd imagine there's since this is a kind of colony of sorts, that there is something approximating a consulate.
That would be overstating it.
Okay.
That would be overstating it. I think
I seem to recall there's not much of an imperial presence here because the Trakorians mostly relied on the nobles to continuously fight amongst themselves.
Yep, that's about it, really. And, I mean, so far it's worked, right?
Be a shame if they got married.
Exactly. Trakorian... I suppose you could go to the University District and the Temple District to find something there, though they are not necessarily working as hostels. Otherwise, go to the north side with the palaces in the central city, because nobles there will certainly put up noble guests from afar, in exchange for proper compensation.
Of course. Yeah, Taralese would go and get something more appropriate to her station set up.
Ingolma? Where would Ingolma set up?
I mean, she's pretty flexible. She would just assume that someone's going to show her to her room at some point.
I'm sure her younger brother might have made arrangements ahead of time.
I mean, if left to her own devices at the end of the day and no one does help her out, she will slip off quietly by herself, and no one will be happy about these results.
I think Mathis will find rooms very close to where the general is, because it's good to have friends, right?
Good.
Even if they're not part of the family. So that is the journey to Fontra Cilor for this delegation. Now, right in the lion's den, we'll see who gets out. Meanwhile, the adventurers. Are you all going to go to Sir Artegue's estate? Is that what's going to happen here?
And Artegue cautions you that estate may be overselling it a little bit, but there is a building, and it is on land. Technically.
It is a building on land.
It's probably in better shape than the Folda estate. At least I would hope.
But yeah, if you guys want to come stay there with me and my manservant Strumpa, we've got space.
You've got space, and
just the bedrooms are going to be worse than you'd find in a decent sort of inn, but it is free, and it's hard to beat them apples.
It is, yes. So technically, since Sir Artegue only has one rank in noble, he doesn't get to have an amazing place. So the size of the place belies, or I should say, it's very representative for Fontra Cilor, where you can have a very, very large estate, but half of it is ruins. That's
half. You're being very generous.
I am being very generous. I am being so. So
that's a large house. Just most of it's unlivable. What do you? I mean.
Yeah. It's not even buckets on the floor. It's just, don't go to that room. You will fall through to the basement.
Right.
Hey, it's nicer than
it's locked for a reason.
Home Alone.
It's nice. It's nicer than any of your estates. That I suppose. Does anyone really throw a fit about staying in my shithole? No.
Probably not.
No.
Okay. Eldrida actually finds very comfort there in places that are falling half to pieces, so no problem.
Actually, yeah. Then yes, we make it to there, and then I suppose while inviting anyone of the party who wants to come, really try to go see Geryon before his wedding.
Will he be allowed, Geryon?
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, he's going to be in the headquarters of the Manticores, perhaps, or some other place.
The night before wedding, he'd be in his estate, wherever that is located.
That sounds good to me. I haven't actually set a place for it. It can be, I'm guessing it's going to be in the palace area on the north side.
Yeah, I would assume.
Because Geryon is noble and high-ranking such as well.
Well, if you're going to be emperor, that's where you have to have a palace.
Right? Feel free to take it away. Sir Artegue in audience with Geryon and his manticores.
So Artegue will, of course, manage to, flash the high sign, get his way into the estate, find Geryon wherever the hell Geryon is, And
you were very much expected, so nobody even gives you any thoughts.
Easy.
Yeah.
Wander straight into wherever I expect Geryon to be seated and waiting for me, and presuming that he will in fact be on a chair somewhere or something. But, sup, boss?
There he is. That's the man I've been wanting to see.
Where the fuck did you get those weapons?
From some Master Mulbrook over in Triclio? Why? What's up?
Yeah. All right. So those motherfuckers were cursed. Not only were they cursed to kill anyone who wielded them, but get this. They actually belong to an ancient race of undead necromancers from like 1,000 years ago, who've been resurrected in an army and are now marching around Marchura with these weapons in a crate. So I just want to know what motherfucker gave you those weapons so I can go bash his head in with it.
Oh, yeah. That guy's officially a traitor to the Empire now, so go ahead and kill him.
Gotcha. Thanks, boss. Other than that, I suppose we can successfully.
While I've got you here.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
You can kill him if I don't find him first.
I'm unlikely to leave this continent for a while, so I'll leave that to you.
Excellent.
And I'm gonna take you around the corner to a private room, and in the private room is a very, very fancy suit of armor. I was like, I tried getting your measurements correctly, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, this is so fancy, you could sell it, buy a village, and then buy another set of regular armor on top of that.
You really want me to dress up for this thing?
No, that's up to you, but this is yours. This is, I sent you to Marchador to equip the rebels, and you've already conquered the place. I mean, bravo. You deserve this. Like, my mission there is already accomplished. I only have to give you one order. Amazing. This is all yours.
Well, aim for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll hit stars, boss. Yeah. Well, hey, everything worked out. They don't have a sulfur trade anymore.
Exactly.
I suppose, don't let that be the bar, though, because otherwise the next question is, which continent do you want me to go wreck next?
No, nothing is that fancy this time. This time it's more of a personal matter for me. See, there's a person. Her name is Lady Blythe. I want her to never be seen by me or Princess Folda ever again. I don't care how you make it happen. Just make sure I never see her again.
You want I should gouge out your eyes, boss?
Okay, maybe not that. I'll let you use your discretion.
Now there are restrictions.
I know, restrictions, limiting your imagination.
All right, so you never want to see her again. That's it?
Yeah. And
why?
to be warned, if I do ever see her again, I will be wearing her face when I ask you what went wrong.
Oh, man. Were you going to be really mad at me if I fuck this one up? Because that sounds really funny. Because you do it. You'd do anything to hide that hideous mug, but wearing someone else's face would be a whole new level.
The things I considered for this wedding.
All right, sure. I suppose there's somebody who can arrange that. I've seen all sorts of shit the last 6 months. All right, yeah. Why, I suppose? So, I could just bash her brains in, right?
However you handle it,
cool.
None of my business. I said take out Marchura, you did it, don't care how.
Cool, fair. I don't suppose, what level of, what did this person do? Why am I mad at them? How much do I care about this one?
They have offended my dearest, and that is a hell-worthy trespass.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a smash-in. Sure.
Good.
You don't object if I, smash her and then smash her, right?
Don't care what you do.
All right, cool, awesome, love it, boss, love it. Yeah, and I suppose congratulations, maybe, on getting married. I don't see the attraction, but you do you.
See, the princess has inspired me to whole new levels of hatred I haven't felt in years. Killing Trakorians just became a job after a while, but thanks to her, it's a passion again.
Well, I am glad that you are finally off your ass about this whole Trakorian thing. And you know, I suppose Princess Folda is great in my book if that's what it took for you to find your passion for slaughtering those fascists.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely building an army now. I'm hoping to march by the end of the year.
And freeing the people, right? Yeah?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks. Okay, so where am I going to find Lady Blythe, you said?
Brythanni.
Yeah.
Brythanni.
Sorry, what?
Her character.
Brythanni.
Brythanni.
There you go.
Hold on, you said Brythanni, right?
Right.
Where am I going to find her?
Oh, she'll be around.
What does she look like? I mean, I'm not opposed to asking everyone at this shindig who they are until someone says Lady Brythanni and I smash them, but that seems kind of obvious.
A little bit, yeah.
And you probably don't want me to kill all of the wedding guests, so I do have to choose.
No. Limit one.
All right. So you got a picture, a painting, a rough sketch, a notable birthmark on her thigh?
I will give you a definition of it.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thanks, boss. Good luck again, and I'm going to drink you out of house and home tomorrow. So,
How about
belly up. Yeah. So, I mean, it's the only way you look pretty, man. I'm sorry.
I know. This is a face that none of you in the corpse would love.
I don't know. I've seen a guy who can make some corpses do some really freaky shit. Probably you. Enjoy. Yeah, have fun.
Sure. Thank you.
Great.
That's. Yeah, this one's way easier than my last session. I had to go on a long boat ride, and I had to meet up with these other people and go on an archaeological expedition. And
That sounds dreadful.
it was just make sure I don't have to see someone without gouging out my eyes. This is easy.
Good. I expected that to happen soon then.
All right. Yeah, so I suppose Artegue wanders back to the party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who are knocking cobwebs out of portions of his estate so they can stay in a mostly non-bug infested room.
Mostly not bugging.
Strupa tries, okay, but he's just one guy.
I feel like Savannah's in his glory with all of the ghosts there probably are around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the neighbors have a great crypt. You should see it. There's a broken grate over there. You can just shimmy right in.
They haven't even started with a great decryption here. We're very disappointed from the Kiashati priests. Yes.
Stefan would actually get kind of keep his hands at his sides, like I'm afraid to touch anything here.
See, those are the reflexes of an intelligent man. Well, all right, guys. I've got good news. So I talked to the boss, as it were, and we don't have another crate of weapons to deliver, and we do know who gave us that shitty crate of cursed weapons that were destined for an ancient race of undead masters. So, you know, we get to go chase them across continents, and I'm gonna have fun smashing their skull in when I get a chance. But in the meantime, there's a woman here named Lady Brythanni, and this is going to be important, particularly, I suppose, for Eldrida and Nefria. I'm looking for her because I need to make sure she's never seen again by my employer.
What?
Yeah. Apparently she gravely offended the Princess Folda, who's now to be Empress, and you know, as her fiance, affianced, whatever kings call themselves. But, you know, as someone interested in marrying her and getting all up in that, this is apparently really offended Geryon. And, you know, I get a little testy when people insult women I'm shipping. I get it. As long as I'm like actively shipping them, because insulting them while I'm shipping them is just rude. I mean, that's a lovely act of human nature. No one should be judged.
Do you know anything about this Brythanni?
Yes, I know she's a lady, which implies she's a noble of some sort, and I have a description of her.
Is she Trakorian?
I have no idea. I suppose that would probably have been in the description. Is she Trakorian? Like a card-carrying member of the Empire? Does she have an ethnicity?
I don't believe so.
Is she part of a cultural grouping that she can be identified with?
Also, is Geryon calling himself an emperor too? Empress and emperor? Is that happening?
Well, I heard if she's emperor, I heard she was going to be empress, so it only makes sense to me that he's going to be emperor.
So now there's going to be two emperors in this world?
That is right. That's how these things usually work, right?
I hate politics.
Particularly with
you go smoke a bowl and you do what you need to do.
Particularly with like mixed sex couples. Just saying.
I mean, his affianced could be like Empress Regnant, and he could just be like, you know, consort.
Yeah, that's way above my pay grade. You both know that. It's way above.
So I understand, Artegue. We're backing this emperor, but we hate the other one because that one enslaves people.
That's my
I mean, that is a gross oversimplification of a whole lot of
That's
points.
what I'm here for, okay? I'm here for the gross oversimplification.
Yes, so he's the good emperor, and the other one's the bad emperor who hurts people and enslaves them.
Sure,
and,
Artegue, can I ask you just a simple question, and then I'm going to go smoke that bowl?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a good emperor in your life?
No, but I mean...
this one will be different. This one.
I figure, yeah, of course this one will be different. If he's not different, then I'll beat him in the head with a mallet until he stops moving, and then we'll have another new emperor, and we'll
good.
find
Maybe
one eventually.
Maybe you can be Emperor Artegue.
You know, if it comes to that, maybe. Hope springs eternal, though, that we'll see a good emperor.
I'm really looking forward to this wedding.
Yeah, court magician already, you know, lining this up. Maybe emperor is in my future. But we'll let him. We'll see if he's a good emperor or not, and you know, then judge him. You can't prejudge the man. Nefria, any chance I could get you to go out on the town and figure out who the hell Lady Brythanni is and where I can find her for, you know, reasons?
I mean, normally I'm not necessarily into doing favors for cohorts I'm not familiar with, but, you know, I do like your work, and I really appreciate the way you made that guy explode, so...
God. I've never seen a chest go convex that quickly.
Neither have I. I mean, it was truly a sight to behold, and I appreciate that experience from you. So, yeah, I suppose I'll do you a solid and see if I can't go out there and, you know, sniff out Lady Brythanni.
Yes. Thanks, Nefria. I'll owe you one for the next time we see a Trakorian.
You will.
Does that mean that we're moving towards the actual wedding?
Okay, let me...
Unless there's other shenanigans that are going down.
Let me be very clear, I suppose. Artegue is not in the business of whacking someone in the middle of a wedding. That's just insanely dumb unless you're collapsing the whole building. So, killing Brythanni will need to be before or after the wedding. But he's not going to go chasing her down the matrimonial aisle with a hammer over her head. Yeah, exactly.
That would be weird.
That would be
ever so slightly.
Just a touch.
Look, we have lines, all right? We even have lines.
You have to draw the line somewhere. He's even wearing pants.
I mean, you know, Lady Brythanni is pretty easy to find.
So I suppose, Mikhail, do you want to kill Brythanni or go to a wedding? What's up first, storyteller?
I'm thinking here. I mean, if Nefria wants to go out and try to find Lady Brythanni in this maze of a city that is also actively dangerous for strangers at the wrong times of day and sometimes any time of day,
Lots of places are any time of the day.
lots of places any time of day. And Nefria is actually not so much a street person, right? Like, I'm thinking here on her abilities, we don't have the same type of skill sets like, for example, Ingolma has.
I knit and I have a limp and arthritis. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right? So I'm thinking it might be a bit like trying to orient herself in the underworld is not necessarily Nefria's thing. She talks to people and so on. Do you want... where would Nefria look for Lady Brythanni? Let me ask that.
Gosh. All right. Well, she's a lady, so I'm gonna take a walk about the Palats racket.
Yes, the palace streets.
District.
Yeah, district. Yes. I don't even know how to translate that word to English well.
Palace streets.
Yeah, it's the district for the palace.
I mean,
yes.
the noble district or the palace district works fine, I think.
Yeah.
I can follow that. It's in my limited.
The lanes, yes, palatial lanes, maybe. Yeah, that's what Google Translate tells me. So you will be hobnobbing among nobles, is that what we're saying here?
I think so, or just kind of, like taking a stroll, hearing what I can hear, is there excitement in the streets, join in a little bit. Can't wait.
This is definitely a machinator thing. So I'm going to ask for a water machinator roll. If you want to throw in a fate die for that, you are more than welcome to. It's not going to be your rabble rouser ability, of course. But you can definitely use your machinator ability for this. So if you want to. I'm going to set a fairly high difficulty, though, because, it's a new city, you haven't been here before, you don't have that much time before the actual wedding, so... Yeah.
So if this is too hard, we can just stalk her after the wedding and kill her, because then we'll see her leave. That's fine, too.
That could work, too, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to toss in a fate die. Oh, God, no. No.
Yeah, not now.
Oh, God, now you're stuck. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, God, you've ruined it. Thanks, Feynman. So I'm going to do 4d6.
Yep.
That's my 3 water, 1 fate die.
Indeed. And that is 3 successes. And that, I'm going to actually allow you to find Lady Brythanni, but...
Fucking A.
Yep, machinator. It's going to come at a cost. Somehow. And... I'm going to say that the cost will be you will manage to hobnob a bunch in high society in the weeks, days ahead of the wedding. Identify Lady Brythanni, but probably not to the extent that you can arrange a hit on her before the wedding. That seems like a good cost.
Fair.
So I'm going to put her token right there so you can see what she looks like, because I have one of those. You didn't see that coming. Yes, you did.
Well, what delightful preparation. Well done.
Here's a follow-up question to that, then. Since Taralese is now hanging out in that same area, would she have heard the gossip about the commoner asking around about Lady Brythanni? Or, at least floating around in the area, asking pointed questions.
You know what? That might be a machinator. You have your
Who's the better machinator?
Exactly. Do you want to throw in a machinator die on that?
Of course.
Of course. I am keeping track of the fate dice in the chalice this time. So
Boo.
roll your 3d6. With a 6 in there. 2 successes and a 6.
Uh-huh.
Yep. You have not only heard of the commoner in question, you have seen her too. On one of these pre-wedding soirees that you go visit, there is a lot of people hobnobbing, and Nefria is trying to look her best, isn't she? Like, in terms of blending into the nobility around here, right? I'm thinking.
Yes, yeah, I am doing my level best to skate by, to pass, to not run into a shibboleth here.
What would be the giveaways that she's not really as noble as she pretends? That an expert reading between the lines or looking between the hems would notice.
The walk. The wrong kind of self-assurance.
Also, maybe it's not the latest Drasilvan fashion, but then again, nobody here has the latest Drasilvan fashions, except maybe Lady Taralese herself.
We've seen some of the latest Drasilvan fashions. We weren't impressed.
Oh, please. You barbarians.
My thoughts exactly.
Yeah, so you will know that someone is in fact looking for Lady Brythanni. This is gonna be an interesting. Yeah.
Well, it's even worse because she knows Nefria.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, you didn't sit around and get high in the circle, though, did you? You don't really know someone until you sit around and get high with them.
No, but she
we know Erald. We know.
Remember that. It's great.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Does anybody tell Praanz?
Oh, no. As soon as
Just itching.
Taralese sees Nefria walking around and asking questions, immediately she's going to be like, let me know, with the people she's staying with and people she's kind of started to get, into their cliques with, the whole mean girl clique things going on. Let me know where she's tending to move around. It's rather odd when a commoner is trying to slip in like that. And then she'll go and tell Praanz, because this is Praanz's white whale.
No. Well, this is all going south so fast.
So Praanz will very much pick her up.
Oh, is this gonna be like at this soiree that?
If Lady Taralese tells me she was there.
Yeah.
And now she's here.
Yeah.
I need to speak to her.
Was.
No, Praanz, darling. She's probably moved on since then.
I'm just gonna talk.
I have ears. I have people looking for her. As soon as I know the next place she is going to be, we can try and tail her, because most likely she's not alone.
All right. I'd rather have them all at once than one at a time.
See? Precisely. At least figure out where they're staying.
All right.
Okay, someone is gonna try to tail Nefria to Sir Artegue's estate. Is that where this is gonna get interesting?
I mean, arguably, you could just look Artegue up in the directory.
Actually, that's true. Since they did play Smickleboard together.
She slapped me.
I forgot about that.
Hey, he's the one who picked the rules.
Joke's on you, Sir Artegue's into that kind of thing.
I did everything twice.
So yeah, it's not going to be too hard to figure out where Sir Artegue's estate is, clearly, because he just said so.
can't hide the building.
Is Praanz
Can I
going to
have a water
confront
roll to
Nefria
this?
right away or later on?
Praanz really wants to just pick them all up and torture them now.
Yeah.
Can I have a water roll to know somebody was asking around about me?
Absolutely. Why not?
This could only get more complicated. Sure.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Did the Inquisitor notice?
The Inquisitor's probably the one trying to talk Praanz down from killing everybody.
Sadly, I don't think that's enough.
That might not be in this case. It
In
might
all
not be.
honesty, I would probably, if I find out they're looking for somebody specific, I would want to talk to that person as well, because I would want to find out why they're looking for them.
We all converge on Lady Brythanni, and she's very confused by all her well-armed visitors.
I guess she would be. I mean, if you
Lady
want to
Brythanni
try to
loves
corner...
Actually, if Praanz is smart, she would nab Lady Brythanni first,
Mm.
and then they would have to come to her.
There you go.
So Praanz will pick up Lady Brythanni first, I guess?
That's exactly what I
guess.
didn't want to have happen.
Dance card's full.
You've already agreed to go to prom with someone else.
Praanz doesn't take no for an answer.
That's the wrong one.
Yeah, but maybe the armed guards in the palace district might.
So will Praanz in fact? I mean, if Lady Taralese has heard about this, Lady Brythanni, and connections and everything, so
Yeah, I don't
think-
necessarily need to make a show of arresting her. I just want to have a conversation.
just kind of block the way from the soiree, with a pointed look. And two goons. Or are we doing something more smooth here? How dirty Harry will this be?
I mean, I would very genuinely say, like, given my background, target identified and located, I'm out.
That makes sense, yeah.
It is not in Nefria's nature to, like, I mean, she may take a chip on the way out, like just a handful as she leaves, but like it's not really in her nature to like stick around.
No, that makes sense. So the general will confront Lady Brythanni, is that what we're saying?
Yeah, and Praanz doesn't do subtle.
No.
Just
But-
not capable of it.
On a scale from 1 to 10 dirty Harrys, like how ugly will it be?
I'm not gonna like bash her over the head. It's just gonna be Praanz comes up with her two goons behind her, Mathis and what was the name of the other one?
Takandra.
And kind of like the three of them, and she links arms with Lady Brythanni, and come this way kind of thing.
How does Lady Brythanni react to this sudden onslaught of people?
Well, I imagine she's surrounded by all of her friends who just kind of, go wide-eyed. And interestingly enough, despite the fact that Praanz probably comes up behind her, she doesn't seem all that surprised when Praanz links arms with her. Instead, she sort of turns and companionably says, "Oh, well, hello, General. What can I do for you?"
Just a friendly conversation, maybe down at the pub.
I'm so sorry. I'm booked solid. I have to get back to my mistress in a short little while. We can talk someplace here though.
I'd like to have somewhere a little bit more private, if you don't mind.
Oh, this is Fontra Cilor. There's all manner of private places in parties like this one.
Excellent. Let's go find somewhere.
All right. I guess Lady Brythanni might actually skip. So she sort of half takes / half drags Praanz over to one of the many sort of discreet quarters, I guess.
Praanz is attempting to look non-threatening if she's capable.
Ish. Not very often, I'm afraid, because of that ugly scar.
Praanz, I thought we talked about this. Smiling just makes it more creepy.
Right?
Maybe I was going for that look.
I love what you've done with your face. It's very, well, it's something.
Thank you. It's extremely helpful in my line of work.
I'm sure.
So once we're in private, are you aware you're being followed? By someone other than me, of course.
No, I wasn't. How interesting.
Hmm.
I mean, people follow me all the time. I mean, have you seen me?
This is true. Is there any other reason they might be following you?
Jealousy, maybe?
You don't seem like the kind of people who would be jealous.
I don't know then.
These seem like the kind of people who do dumb things.
Welcome to Fontra Cilor again.
Yeah.
Probably Geryon's people then. Maybe they're worried about my safety.
Why would they be worried about your safety?
This is Fontra Cilor.
Of course.
Let's see how many times we can use that as an excuse.
Yeah.
It was very sweet of you to tell me, though.
Just doing my job.
Well, this has been fun. I'm gonna go now, though. Bye.
Bye. As she leaves, Praanz whispers over to Mathis, she's gonna be dead soon. I'm not gonna do it.
No, but it might be convenient if you're around to witness it.
True. I'll have one of the less well-known guards keep an eye on her.
Interesting. This will be...
So I'll have one of my men don plain clothes and keep an eye.
And so concludes the preparations for the wedding. With two groups circling around Lady Brythanni. One to whack her, and the other to whack the others, apparently, or possibly her too. You never know with this bunch.
There may be collateral.
Let's not bicker and argue about who whacked who.
Is someone murdering somebody without my permission? What's going on?
This is not your town, Godmother.
I'm not killing anybody just yet.
I don't see the black hand.
Exactly.
The wig makers.
All right. So that, well, I suppose if you'd like, roll us up to the wedding.
Indeed.
I don't think the adventurers, we had anything else we wanted to do pre-wedding. And I'm also fairly certain that none of us are planning on going to the wedding. Artegue's interested in, lingering around off in a passage somewhere. But aside from that, he has no interest in putting on that fancy suit of armor, and which he took, by the way. But no interest in wearing it, and no interest in going necessarily to the boss's wedding. Artegue gets in trouble at fancy events where people are expected to follow rules.
To be fair, the invitation did involve games with cash for prizes.
That suit of armor, I guess, is better than a normal suit of armor.
Oh.
In some way.
Yeah, we forgot to roll that. We were supposed to do that earlier this week, but we didn't.
Oh, yeah, if you tell him it's better armor somehow, that changes the whole game. Otherwise, it's just window dressing.
No, there is a reason why it's expensive. Yeah.
Well then, into ostentatious armor Artegue goes, and though honestly, he may try to dirty it up slightly.
I stick blood all over it.
Having fancy clean armor, that shit's just gonna get you stolen.
I am going to be evil and ask Sifanu to part with some of his fate dice, because the player's fate dice. You can find, Geryon can find a master crafter, obviously, in Moscoria, given his powers there. So the question is, how many fate dice do you want to throw into the win check? For the master crafting.
I'll do 2.
2. There we go. So there we go. Roll your 5 dice. 6, in fact, because you have I'm gonna even give it 7 because this person has like an expert workshop and everything. It's like, boom.
7, huh?
Yep. I'm kind of hard
All
to
right.
away. We will see what kind of master armor. How's it going there?
For some reason, I'm hitting the roll button. I'm getting system error.
Oh, that's terrible.
Try turning it off and on again.
Exactly.
Yes.
Nobody else has had that yet.
Yeah, I would just log out of the browser and okay.
That worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
No,
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah.
I would log out then go log back in, see if that works for you.
I was just testing to make sure dice could be rolled.
They can.
Yeah, let me just get out of Foundry here.
Also, Stefano better show up to the wedding at some point. We will have him dragged in to a small private chamber to meet with me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Stefano's going to go. He can't say no to the spectacle of it.
I feel.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead, Mikhail.
No, I was basically going to give the floor to the happy couple. If you want to set the scene for this wedding, I'm happy to allow you to do that. It's going to be at the Ziggurat. It's a huge occasion, probably the biggest that Fontra Cilor has seen in a good long while. Everyone who's everyone is going to be there, and everyone who isn't everyone is also going to be there just to get whatever spoils and crumbs from the great feast. Since this is in the temple district, Erald will have like an amazingly good view of all this.
Yep.
Yeah, so the ceremony itself is on one of the ziggurats, although I believe there's a large number of armed men between us and anybody else. There is, like, on one of the lower tiers, there's sort of like VIP seating, I guess, and the priests and us are sort of up above the crowd, but positioned such that we are clearly visible even from those who are milling about in the courtyard.
Yeah, and I can put out. Would you be on that level, perhaps? I'm just to illustrate whereabouts the happy couple might be.
I think that's about right. What do you think, Goat?
See my map. Where?
The Ziggurat's to the left side of that map.
Yeah.
In Founder. And they're suggesting, yeah, that.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah, near the Shamish Temple, yeah.
Shamash, not Simish.
Shamash.
Sandwich.
Got a sandwich.
Now, him I might worship.
In fact, I think you have.
Yeah, there will be substantial crowds. I think there might be some important people quite elevated around there. Would Limer Späde be around up here?
Oh, you sure as shit better not be down with the rabble or he's leaving. Sure.
I feel like he definitely has one of the VIP seats.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
think
definitely.
so. He is,
So
of course.
Does Vaudeville's ego win out over his hatred of Palamux to come and hang out in the VIP area?
Yeah, he could do that. He could do that. Yes. I mean, it's the VIP area. If you have to be anywhere in the hated Palamux, then you want to be in the VIP area, right? Which is interesting, because I think that some people haven't seen Vaudeville Scoffer for a while. For example, the General. Right? Last you saw Vaudeville, he was in Arham, and then he disappeared, and now he's here.
After he was accused of housing traitors.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, he's at a traitor's wedding.
Yes, he is indeed.
Whoa. Who here's betraying people?
The people calling themselves emperors when they're not emperors.
There we go. There would be other important people here, of course. I'm thinking some of those people who were at the previous feast that Folda hosted, like Lady Brooktebra and Lady Herondot, and though I'm not sure that she would be that high up, being Paratorian. But Lord Lumptia, you remember him, the
Yep.
young man who wanted to marry
Terribly
Folda.
disappointed, I'm sure.
Yeah, he is clearly
Maybe in
not
another
marrying
life.
Folda. The question is, though, will people be able to spot some other important folks from the rest of the Empire in the throng among this VIP seating? I'm thinking, for example, about Fundibéra. Is she here yet, or will she turn up later?
Fundibéra is probably there. She may be perhaps milling about inconspicuously in the crowd, and maybe she'll show up later.
Mm-hmm.
Master of illusions, why give away the whole game?
Ah. Is there a lot of anti-creationist magic going on right now around this place?
There's that little bit I told you about before with the illusionists, but otherwise, no, not so much.
Erald, you can feel the residues and energies in the air now. After you had been a quick, you've had your stop by at Mereld, whence you're from, to go through some training with the higher level inquisitors and learn more about the esoteric of this world. You have developed a new sensitivity that will help you a great deal as an inquisitor and investigator of all things anti-creationist. And yes, it's here. It's here. You would have to use your newfound insights and actually do a spell to identify the exact flavor of what's going on here. But people are liberal with their miracle working around here.
I was going to say, if you're sensitive to that sort of thing, best not go for a walk. You might pass out.
Well, yeah, and that's the general consensus that Erald pretty much kind of felt coming into this place. But yeah, he'll actually, assuming he's got half-decent view, will definitely play and take note of who he can see and recognize, if any, from where he's at.
This is going to be like Erald is like, he is marked for investigation, and he is marked, and she is marked for investigation, and...
Yeah, that he'll try and recognize who he can, and beyond that, he'll just do his best to ignore it. Otherwise, it's a death trap.
Yes. And yeah, so this is the general setting here. As the priest comes out, I'm not sure a Shamashi priest will be here, though. Could it be some other faith? Would it be?
I mean, I was thinking either Shamash or Anki.
Anki could work.
Those two being the traditional ones.
Yes. Though this is a wedding, so if we want to go that way, even more traditional, one could argue, I could, in fact, send in a priest of...
Let's say, isn't the Holy Kashak kind of pissed at Geryon right now? So would they really go and send any priest to bless that wedding?
That's the thing. The Shamashi priests have most likely just said, ew, on the idea of marrying Geryon to anyone. Folda being obviously a poor, deluded child who needs to be taught the proper ways and saved from this unholy union. But I'm pretty sure that you
definitely reading those 13 volumes in public performatively.
I'm sure you can find a suitably bribable priest of Tammuz, who is, of course, the god of fertility. He tends to be very much appreciated on Safuna, but yeah, there is also there are temples for Tammuz on Palamux as well, and it seems like an appropriate deity for the occasion.
Sure. I mean, I'm in your hands to a certain extent. I do not know this setting well yet.
But I can bring you a priestess of a Nashtar. Yeah, unbridled lust.
That's
Not
And
quite
warfare?
the tone we're trying to. Well, I mean, maybe that latter part in some people's minds, but certainly not Folda's.
Know what kind of wedding this is going to be.
I mean, Folda's fine with whichever priest of the creationist gods wants to officiate, as long as it's sufficiently strikes a sufficient tone of gravitas.
indeed.
Someone ask Erald.
Would Erald be asked about this?
Oh
being
my
an
god, that
Inquisitor?
would be so funny.
Should have Erald marry him. It's hilarious.
Nobody asked.
Quick,
He would-
retcon, quick.
Oh gosh, that's the whole reason he shows.
Oh my god.
I mean, it would give you reason to be here beyond I'm here.
Yeah, it's true.
I love it.
Okay.
Out of 10.
Are we doing that? Are we?
Now, I
Are we
think there's a
having-
better than average chance at the moment that Goat's having technical issues.
Yes, that might.
Goat, you actually there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm having problems with my laptops. Keep going.
All right, cool. Just didn't know if you could hear us and whatnot.
Folda, what do you think about Erald marrying you?
Do I get a chance to talk to him first?
He's not even a local priest.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd want to go like the traditional, like old school Palamuxian route, and unfortunately, I don't think the Barú would be suitable in that respect.
I can get you Luvina. She does have a sect in the North Claga Wilderness on western
So
Palama.
kind. Thank you, no.
I've got this
So kind.
I feel like Errol marrying you has the same tone as them bringing in a special swordsman for Anbuilin. It's that same feeling.
I don't know
Princess
why you
does in
would
fact
feel
have a
that.
little neck. Her and Geryon are like complete opposites. Like he is huge, she is tiny.
Alright, where did
Well, it sounds like we're going with the bribable local priest.
the
Check.
bribable local priest will be very happy to be bribed and be a local
as
priest.
is tradition.
As is tradition.
How else is he going to feed his family?
Right? That's the question everybody's asking. So yeah,
I mean,
he will.
in this economy.
So yeah, he will come and stand
Hey,
there
well, I
on
got that
the balcony together with everyone else and start the rites as is proper. And the ritual starts. With how does this look like for the young ones, who might not be that young, but who knows?
So I mean, like, I did a little bit of research in like the era that this was all drawn from, and it seemed like it looks quite different from what sort of a Western modern wedding would be. It's mostly about like laying offerings to bring down the blessing of the gods on the couple. Also, the contract, the marriage contract, is a big frickin' deal, like almost more than the ceremony itself. So there's probably a copy of that, like large, for the couple to sort of lay their hands on during the to reaffirm the contract that they have already signed. And yeah, it's mostly just, other than that, it's mostly just theater.
But theater is nice. By the divinity of Holy Tammuz, may this union be fertile and bring happiness to the lands and rejuvenate Moscoria so that it might flower and blossom again. Things to that nature.
Yeah, the vows are also just like super simple back in the day. It was just like, you name yourself the person's spouse and that's it. There's none of this floating down the river of our love kind of nonsense. Definitely like very businesslike and to the point.
I'd like to see Geryon float down a river of love. Fontra Cilor is the place to find that sort of thing.
Yes, it is.
Is that river of blood also covered in blood?
Maybe.
Soon, very soon.
Maybe.
All right, and I guess if nobody intervenes, the ceremony goes off without a hitch.
Nobody intervenes and the ceremony goes out without a hitch.
I'm not running up all those stairs. I'm waiting for you to come down and, party.
That is, in fact, where we're going next, to the party itself. So I suppose everybody, there's a lot of celebration. There's a lot of people cheering on. General, you might get disturbed by the fact of how many local Palamuxian nobles who are speaking of the rejuvenation of the empire and throwing off the shackles of the Partornians. And
Should have brought a bigger army.
Yes, you should have. You are a small speck in a sea of local patriots who are clearly conspiring against the Empire or just talking through their wine glasses about things. You never know with Palamux. They've been talking like this forever, to be honest, and never seem to be able to do anything much.
Yeah, I go looking for the head of the snake.
They are probably standing right on top
there.
of that temple.
Hi.
Not hard to find at all this time. So we shall, I suppose, go over to the actual ballroom, which is I've added a whole bunch of courtiers here. I don't think we have. We're gonna have Sifanu or Nefria or Eldrida here necessarily. Artegue is probably drunk in a corner somewhere, or he will be, or he's looking for Lady Brythanni.
He's sober. He's sober in a corner, waiting for someone to leave, so then he can smash them and then smash them.
Mikhail, I sent you a message on Zoom. Egoma will do that after the ceremony, whenever is convenient for you. Secret message.
Yes, of course. I like it. We'll do that. Erald, of course. Oh, I haven't marked his token properly here. I have to mark all the tokens neutral now, just because there's no such thing as the good guys now.
There never were.
So this hall of great feasting for only the... I'm not sure the General and Lady Taralese are officially invited to this reception.
Absolutely not.
No way. No one even looks half Trakorians getting in.
Is the Inquisitor allowed in?
Yeah, he'll get a pass because I'm trying not to be overtly anti-creationist. Like, I'm not going to say no, but it's not like I'm, siding.
We're already left that barn.
Are you confident in your capacity to avoid that appearance?
As I said, I'm trying. The effort should be, noticed at least.
Does Engolma get turned away at the
influence on him?
Does Engolma get turned away at the door because she will try to come to the party and she'd like to see you? She's like, yes, I'm here.
I don't know.
Did she RSVP?
Yes.
Without ever receiving an invitation, which is kind of weird, but...
Yes.
I mean, that's just kind of how the Paratornids do things, I've discovered, is they just invite themselves to parties, and sometimes it's just less trouble to let them come. And yes, no, the godmother is welcome.
Oh, good. she will go in and she will find Princess Folda and Geryon's table and present her small gift.
Ah, what is her small gift?
It's a small carved box, and it has nice sort of wedding designs on it. Daggers and some doves, some birds, and things like that. And it's fancily painted, and inside is a very nice, elegant gold dagger.
It's lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
And the dagger is there for the purpose of... So that the bride can stab the groom, or the groom can stab the bride? I don't know. We'll find
Whatever they want.
It's for us to share.
We just want you to know that the family is watching closely, and we're very interested in what you're doing over here. So I really appreciate the invite, and yes, please stay in touch. And then she goes, finds herself a corner and starts knitting.
I believe some of my ladies were quite eager to patronize your business. You make wigs, yes?
Yes, of course.
We've heard so much about you, although I think, unfortunately, we weren't able to get the order in time for my most recent party, but perhaps the next one.
Oh, we'd love to help you, dearie. We do great work. Please don't be a stranger. She just hobbles off to her table.
So how would Lady Taralese and Praanz get in?
Praanz walks in like she owns the place and waits for somebody to stop her.
She gets arrested immediately.
There will be lances.
There is an immediate scuffle because she's got 10 guards with her.
No, she doesn't. You're not
Yes,
walking
I
around
do.
my streets with 10 guards. You would have been arrested long ago.
It's not technically your streets yet, because the influence has not risen to that level yet.
Yes, but there are still guards that are not going to allow an armed unit to just walk into the castle. That's not going to happen.
That's a fair point. The castle is well guarded by private contractors. Hashtag manticores.
The privatist contractors.
So how are you? Yeah, if you're coming there with an armed guard, there will be lances lowered up for guests only. Do you have the invitation?
I don't do invitations. I represent the Digitalonga. I don't do invitations.
We're here as representatives to be able to report back about the wedding.
The Digitalonga. All right. That is... Yeah, the manticores do not like that word. Are we using Taralese here to talk our way in?
Yes.
If Taralese wants to start talking over Praanz.
Assuming Erald's already in at this point. Because he doesn't want any of this.
Erald just gets to walk in. It's fine.
I
Excellent.
do apologize, but this is a very credible way to be able to report back to the Empire the fear that they should be having from Geryon and Princess Folda being wed together. Being able to hear from Trakorian gentry themselves, having seen it, would help demonstrate just how real a threat it is to the Empire.
Yes, reports of uprising and whatnot. We wouldn't want an entire army at your shores.
I'm sure Geryon would love to start the fight as soon as possible.
Why don't we have a water roll here with Machinator? That's definitely what's going on here. Are we spending
Can
a
I
fate die on this?
Give her a fate die?
This is not... Oh, you're trying to intimidate them? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, I have a relationship with her, so I'm just standing behind her to help.
Yes, you can do that. Yes, you can do that.
Yeah.
Though that doesn't add to the roll as such. So I'm giving you fate die, one fate die from you to Taralese, who can then throw in a fate die to her Machinator roll, I guess?
I will actually use Dominate in this case.
Oh. Are we using
'Cause
two
there's
fate dice?
magic abounds anyway. Why
Yes.
not?
Precisely. And with that residual magic in the air, does that mean I get an extra?
Has anyone cast any spells inside the wedding hall so far?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not Artegue.
Then no, I'm afraid not. That's
Not even Fundibéra?
We were desperately trying to not have any anti-creationist magic.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Doop. So at this point, Fundibéra would be Fundibéra, wherever I am in here.
Oh, have I put you down there? I have not. I'm sorry. I'll do that immediately.
Right, but hasn't been walking around the wedding casting spells, right?
Yeah.
Or has she?
Like, I made myself look different, and then I'm me again, but that was just for the wedding itself. Here at the reception, I'm me.
I'm thinking.
I understand.
I'm thinking Fundibéra probably has used some extra oomph to hide her abilities as well, because. Or is she gonna flaunt her powers of illusion?
I mean, at this moment, I am performing no illusionary magic.
Oh, you're gonna look like yourself? You're not gonna look even more amazingly beautiful than is possible for mere mortal?
No, I think she said she looked like herself.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're rocking just straight Fundibéra.
Oh dear. For those who've seen Kamalka's, her natural appearance is much more like Kamalka's.
All right. So
We
is
all
that
related.
5d6 or 6d6?
It's gonna be 5, yes.
Okay.
And that's a success. A single one, but I think that was the aim, wasn't it? You wanted to... What is the goal here?
It's just to dominate him, to allow us in under the pretense that we're just here to observe.
You're doing a mentalist mind trick. You have seen our invitations, and we're allowed to come in.
Mm-hmm.
The guards go, we have seen your invitations,
This is
and you're
not the
allowed to
garrison
come
One
in.
you're
success is
looking for.
more than... So one success can do more than one person?
I mean, she's talking to the right person, right? So...
Well, the front entrance is going to have more than just one guy. I would imagine at least 4 to 6.
She probably would have she probably would have done something like the psychic paper.
Okay. So the person who is looking at invitations believes that he's seen your invitation. And will tell that to everyone else.
Now, at least insofar as I'm concerned, for the spellcasters inside the building.
Yes, you will notice.
He is spending an extra fate die to hide it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. Don't know it. Don't know unless you say it.
There you go. It's done.
All right, there is not a mentalist running around.
There is not a mentalist around here, no.
Places everywhere.
Nope.
Back to your places.
Do I need a passive perception roll to spot the intruders?
It depends on how the intruders are dressed. They're not coming in disguise, are they?
I should bring 10 guards. How hard can it be to spot?
Erald will make his way to the other room before they come in.
Lady Taralese is
Praanz really-
much more muted, something that's a bit more of a mixture between the latest fashion in Tresilva and the local fashion, as an homage to the locals and their own wedding traditions for proper formal attire.
Great. So she does not look like an extravagant Paratornian lady, then.
No.
Praanz is in traditional dress blues.
I am going
She's not
to...
she's not in armor or anything like that. She looks like she would be at ceremony.
I'm going to ask Lady Taralese to do a water roll to remain a water fire, really. But I think it's going to be more water because it's a social setting. And it doesn't matter because you have the same level in both. To avoid scrutiny and attention from the locals. I mean, your accent, if nothing else, will give it away. Oh, good. Let's have Folda or Brythanni, whoever you want to activate here. I'm thinking Brythanni's probably more...
Yeah, would that be water?
Yep. Yeah, or possibly wind, even. But because this is a social situation, that is 2 successes. That is enough to spot the Paratornian. This is not about, where's Waldo. This is where's the Paratornian in this group?
Although once Folda spots Praanz, she's probably gonna go rigid and start yanking at Geryon's sleeve.
That is very possible.
Hey, darling,
You have my attention, yes.
Is that not General Praanz da Kaelve?
I tell whatever servant's nearby, he's like, get all of the guards. All of them here right now.
There will be plenty coming then. Of guards of the
I suppose,
Paratornian type. Yes.
I suppose, Goat, does that include Artegue? Should I put my hat back on?
Well, he isn't considered a guard more than a guest.
I was
that's
just
going to be
asking you.
entirely on. That's going to be entirely on you if you want to get involved once you see things happen.
No, I'll wait for now. Cool.
And shortly after words to that effect are whispered in her ear, codicil to that, and I'm told there's a Paratornian noble someplace about.
Mikhail, I'm going to go sit with Engloma.
Yeah, Ingolma, you were sitting to the corner.
Ingolma is sitting there knitting. This is fascinating, dear, isn't it? Just watch.
Yes.
So I guess the other question then is the party actually in that other room sitting there at the end?
I don't know. Are you? Where are the adventurers? Where is the? Please place yourself wherever you want to, because of course, this is the main entrance where I've put you on the map at the moment.
Might it be that one we were warned about?
Oh, rather.
This is the main entrance area.
Yeah, I've put Taralese and Praanz in the main entrance, and I'm gonna move them to the main hall if nothing else happens. I just put the adventurers there for before the session started.
Yeah.
But you might not be there. You might be somewhere else.
I doubt sincerely that Eldrida's even there. I think she's probably out getting high with some locals at a bar.
That is fine. She's out getting high with the locals in some bar. Sifano is there because party is fun.
Yep.
Nefria is there because party is fun.
Yeah.
So Artegue's, are you in the main
there.
hall then?
Well, I mean, yeah, if the rest of the party's hanging out there, then that's where Artegue's hanging out, by God.
Very good. Artegue will then have
I
seen Lady
can't
Brythanni,
split
guess.
myself in two, or else I'd be following Eldrida around as well. It's hard when they go to different places.
It is.
I'm fine. I'll be in this tavern. Come get me when you're done, whatever you're doing.
Okay, keep in mind, motherfuckers in this town will kill you just because you're breathing.
So how does it look like when
These are not friendly strangers.
That's fine.
the general, or I'm guessing the general's friends at least are with, like Mathis and Tokandra,
Yes.
but maybe not all the other guards?
I probably couldn't have gotten all of my soldiers in. I doubt Taralese's that good.
Yeah.
No.
So
How'd I get
it's
over here?
probably just Mathis and Tokenda
Yep. That makes sense.
at this point, and Praanz is hoping that'll be enough to put the fear of God into these people.
Probably
At least
not,
the
but you can
the,
try.
the threat of an
numbers
army
so
coming to
far.
their shores.
So now all the guards will congregate on the unexpected guests. There's a lot of courtiers around here. There's a lot of other people as well doing the once over. This is basically the scene you see. Lots of local nobles dressed in Palamuxian attire. I mean, you have to pity them a bit, but you know. An elderly lady who seems very happy to see someone dressed as a Praetorian officer, and others around. Fastilda is here again, the famous fencer who didn't want to engage with Praetorians last time. And have Praanz has never seen the adventurers, has she?
No, I was not on that boat.
But Taralese has.
I also feel
Has-
like
Erald has to.
Nefria can point out which one is Lady Brythanni to Artegue.
Yes, she can.
Oh, it's easy once you're in the same room.
So the guards will come up towards Praanz and her companions, and including Mathis and his friend Tokandra. Taralese might be able to avoid slightly better, but not much better. What are your reactions when guards are coming up?
Praanz just gives them that whole "don't fuck with me" glare.
That might work.
Taralese just ignores them. They're clearly not here for her. Just kind of looking around the room.
Are we gonna roll a deter roll there for Praanz?
Sure.
All right. We're putting in a fate die.
Do I roll for the Bonsi-Con?
That would be another die, yes. So you basically roll 3 dice in total.
Okay. I just do it this way.
That is 3 successes, which means that let's see now.
She's not making a move to her weapons or anything at the moment. She's just giving a look. Like, this is not a fight you want to start.
I'm gonna roll their stone. Yeah, okay, you had 3 successes. You win. They will go up to a respectful distance, but not further than that. So what Geryon would see is basically that this Trakorian officer is just staring down the guards, and they are like, "Oh, we don't want to mess with this person." They're not gonna walk away, but they're also not gonna apprehend her at this point.
All right, this is all kinds of pissing Geryon off. He's literally going to stand on the table. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I said arrest her.
Oh, arrest indeed. Yes. Okay. 3 of them will not, but the rest will, in fact.
Praanz will give them the option of, are you sure you want to do that?
They got the Geryon should we? Yeah, Geryon will be able to order them, of course, to do this. So this is going to be interesting.
I'm not actually sure what Geryon can do. You've never actually given me a character sheet or anything.
We haven't made him, have we? Geryon. I didn't even get. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give him.
Clearly, he has minions.
Yes, yes, he does.
Actually, it probably wouldn't even be directed at the soldiers. It would be directed at Geryon. Are you sure you want to do this?
How dare you come into my home? Yes, I want to do this.
Ooh. So.
You do realize arresting a general will mean war. You can kill me, but I won't be the last one to step on your shores.
And I'll kill them too.
Good luck with that.
Is she being arrested yet? Because I'm about to get
yes,
real furious.
She's going to be arrested because you will. I mean, there's so many. So, how this ability from the bouncy gun works is, you can direct it towards multiple foes, but you have to divide your dice pool to decide how many dice are directed to each enemy. So, beyond the first 2, it's going to be hard for you to block everyone.
That's fine. At this point, if they're moving to arrest her, she will start to draw sword.
Oh dear.
There's a reason I put my hat back on.
I know.
It's like, yeah, you definitely heard that noise.
I
Got
did
this
not
full mask
expect
for Limer and
Praanz to
everything.
walk out of this death trap. It's okay. This was going to be a kill box.
It wasn't. It was.
Quick question. Where's
Yeah.
Mathis in all this?
Mathis is right next to Praanz.
Yeah, Ngoma, excuse me, dear, and gets up and heads over to Mathis.
Okay. Everything is happening at once.
Yes.
I'm imagining somebody is about to be dragged by the ear out of this situation.
Pretty much.
You come with me, young
I'm
man.
gonna put out some soldiers here. They're usually what we use for Trakorian soldiers, which they are
Oh, I was
clearly
about to say,
not.
I've killed
but,
those
you know,
guys.
Exactly.
A couple of times.
They're generic soldiers. There's going to be a presence, right? So
But in all honesty, though, from Praanz's point of view, if she goes back to Goba without the traitors, she's dead anyway.
I'm not so sure. I'm
Happy
not
to
so
oblige.
sure.
Does Praanz say that out loud? Because Nefria could have words for that.
No, Praanz doesn't say that out loud. Praanz is in the middle of a pissing contest.
Is she going for like distance or control? God.
Or duration.
Or duration? That's right. That's right. I missed that one. I suppose you could also go for like
Accuracy
volume.
Yep.
I think it might be
God.
duration. See how long I can live.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's not gonna end well for everyone if swords are drawn. That much is clear.
Look at me in my fancy armor. I've only had 24 hours to make this dingy.
You did say you wanted to get blood on it, so.
Taralese, what's your situation here?
She had started just continuing to, like I said, they weren't here for her. She was just continuing to keep walking.
Praanz is a lovely distraction.
Yeah.
Clearly.
I can imagine Taralese's over at the cocktail table. It's like, what? Oh, something's happening? Oh, I didn't notice.
Oh no, it's more like, oh god, she's doing something again. Make it a double. No, make it a triple.
Limer just kind of nods his face mask to Nefria and then leaves. Looks at Folda like, you coming too? You ought to stay for this. I'm leaving.
Erald will keep an eye on where Taralese is heading, as he's already given up at this point on Praanz.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
dear.
Folda is going to go ahead and give in to her bane and flee.
There are a bunch of men in kilts outside with long swords, and Limer's going to feel much safer with them.
I feel like Praanz she's incapable of just surrendering or going down without a fight.
Let's see now. Let's look at your. So, I mean, this is not your bane. The unflinchingness is about your destiny. So, but I mean, facing a storm, that's pretty much what you do right now.
Yep.
So, well, I mean, if you want to draw weapons, there isn't much I can do about that.
Gotta free my boy's wedding.
Yeah, okay. It's a reverse red wedding.
Look, Geryon, look at the gift the Trakorians brought.
I'm gonna give Folda die for running away because Bane.
I imagine they probably pick up at least a couple of her courtiers on the way out.
Yep, probably. All right, so I guess we're doing this. This is gonna get ugly. We need to have a nice cinematic thing of how Praanz might escape this if there is a death roll and she succeeds. Because that's one of the mechanics here for protagonists is the death roll. If you go down and you succeed with your death roll, there might be some kind of interesting, opportune arrival where you escape with your life to fight another day, because it's more fun to have a running confrontation throughout the campaign than just ending it in an anticlimax. So the story
My guess
pacing-
would be maybe Mathis and the Godmother.
Maybe something like that. Yeah.
Steal her body later.
Yeah, for a favor from Goba in the future. That sounds like something. That sounds like something that the godmother might do.
We could all Game of Thrones this and raise you like the mountain.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, Ingolma does have a necromancer in her employ.
That is not incorrect. Oh dear, I think my mouse just stopped.
Ingolma's really willing to do anything to garner favors with random people. So,
anything.
Mostly, yeah.
Anything. Hashtag
She's not that
anything.
old, is she? Get some fuzzy grease? It'll be fun.
You are so gross. So gross.
I did
Alright.
definitely grab the pretty box on my way out. Nobody's taking my presents from me, goddammit.
Hey, they've taken everything else from you, and now they've taken your wedding presents.
I'll
The
send
toaster!
I'll send you a Zoom message. Jess.
I have a bit of a problem with my mouse here, so I'm gonna have to get my new batteries, I guess. Is it gonna work? Nope.
So
They've got this new tech called
No,
wires.
it works. It works. Yay. Okay.
if someone goes down, so it's
Yep.
gonna take. So if Fundibéra wanted to rock some magic here,
Yeah, let's get this started. Praanz, are you the one who to draw the weapon first? I mean, the guards have, what do they have? Swords, spears, what do they have? Geryon?
Probably, yeah, swords. Spears are impractical indoors.
Okay, swords.
I probably haven't. I wouldn't draw swords. I would probably fists first if they're trying to lay hands on her.
They are definitely trying to lay hands on her. Like two of them have left, or I should say 3 of them don't engage. But there's more, so they will, like 2 of them will engage.
So it would probably be a like
What's that?
smash to the face and then like the drawing of swords.
Okay.
So she would wait until their physical hands on her.
Yep.
And then
They will
begin
grab,
the combat.
and then she punches one
Yeah.
of them.
And then draws the sword.
Yeah. So why don't you take that initiative and punch someone? You have your stone or your fire, either way. I don't think, or you're wearing armor.
No, she specifically was wearing dress blues.
Yeah. So okay, fire or I mean, it doesn't matter. It's 2d6.
There's 2 either. I
Um,
don't have anything in Bantikon for that specifically yet. So
Not yet. You could use fate dice for swordplay for any type of melee if you want.
sure, I'll throw an extra die on there.
Yep.
There we go. That
Mikhail
makes it better.
grins.
So that would
Probably
be.
break somebody's nose.
Yeah, you. That's a 3 successes there. They are 2 of them, so they will get an extra bonus die there. But roll 3d6 there, Geryon, I guess, for your guards.
This should be working now.
There you go. It does. Is Mathis and Tokandra helping you here, Praanz?
I believe Mathis has been dragged away.
Has Mathis been dragged away in Goma?
No. If Mathis is being arrested by the guards, is that what's happening right now? Is he going with Praanz, basically?
Well, Praanz
yeah,
is resisting the guards, and the question is Mathis resisting them, or
No.
did Mathis get dragged away?
No, I want to grab Mathis like by the ear and pull him, and if he resists, I will put him in like a Nelson chokehold and drag his ass off.
He will be dragged off.
Yeah,
So Tokandra
no.
is helping. Roll an
This
extra
is
die
hurting
for-
my arthritis.
Yeah, you'll see Ingolma just sort of like drop pretense for a complete second, and she moves very swiftly and wraps herself around her brother and just like drags his ass out.
Mhm.
I imagine Mathis knows better than to resist.
Yes, he does.
So, would you like me to roll on something?
No, that's fine.
She's like a snake.
And I
Life
just-
is everywhere.
I just whisper in his ear, I'm like, we'll get her later. We'll get her later, and just drag him out.
I'm thinking Tokandra will help you though, Praanz, so you can add an extra
Yes.
die for her.
Okay, I will roll one more.
So you have 2 successes at the moment, and that is in fact, 1, 2, 3 successes versus the 2 for the not at all Trakorian soldiers, but in fact Palamuxian sword, the Manticores. So this scuffle starts poorly for your guards, Geryon. With 2 successes extra there, you can do 3 points of damage to someone or to several. Like you can punch.
I will do 1 each.
Yep. Do they have light armor, perhaps, because they're guards? Leather?
Yeah, they would definitely have light armor.
So would you want to actually hurt one of them and not the second?
Sure.
He has a very bloodied nose. He's coming away. In fact, he's a bit woozy by that punch. Probably just drops down on his backside for a moment before he gets up again. The other punch hits on the leather and doesn't really go through. So
no, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, that's basically what happens. You manage to fend them off for a moment.
At this point, Praanz reiterates, "Are you sure you want to start a war? I am just here to report whether or not there is a rebellion."
Ah, but that is a persuasion roll.
Sure. Wind?
Water, really.
Okay,
Are we using...
it's the same.
Yes, it is. The question for you is, if you are directing your... I'm gonna have to think here.
The only thing I might have is command or noble, and I don't think that really comes into play here.
Noble helps in terms of your standing, but Geryon outranks you, so Geryon would have a higher level of that anyway. Your reputation plays in a little bit too, but not to your favor here. Why don't we have a water roll contest? You roll your 2d6. You don't really... I mean, I can add a fate die or a regular die here for excuse me, for your the fact that you are Digitalonga, and that can be intimidating to someone.
There's one more.
Yeah. So you have your one success at this point. Geryon, of course, you are the one who's gonna be persuaded or not. And I haven't given you all the different abilities yet, because this was not something I saw coming. I was thinking of giving Geryon more command than profanities or machinator.
Yeah, I would imagine he'd have a crap ton of command.
Yep. He's more of a military leader than a courtier, really.
Right.
So, there we go.
There's a princess for that. I'm sorry, Empress.
Exactly. So why don't you just roll your 3d6 water and +1 for your nobility and another +1 for all the people around you. So that gives you, what is that? 5 dice altogether?
All right.
That was a terrible round.
We suck.
1 success versus 1 success, and Praanz is the one who initiates the social combat here. So Geryon takes 1 point of doubt. What is it in her voice that makes you doubt this?
Maybe it's the blood on her hands.
Mm-hmm. It could be doubt or fear, either way.
No, that's respect there.
Yeah. Do you want to give him doubt or fear?
We'll go with doubt, and maybe it is because Praanz has not killed his guards yet, despite her reputation.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that could work.
All right. Is Geryon going to see this as like a rite of passage and she passed it? She's a tougher cookie than you thought? No?
No, she's going to have to be a little tougher than that. So yeah, I'm going to press the guards on.
Okay,
That's fine.
then we continue the conversation, because this is like you having the dialogue before the confrontation scene.
It's the cutscene.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Praanz has a chance to roll your water again the same way, but plus another die, because now Geryon has pointed out.
Okay, so that's 4 die then?
Yep.
Right. And am I the aggressor this round?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You have 3 successes this time, and
I do.
he
Damn
has 2 successes. Describe what it is that Praanz does that makes Geryon doubt his position even more.
So Praanz, again, she's standing in his guards. She might not even have her sword drawn yet. She's still just using fists.
Yep.
So from everything they've heard of how bloodthirsty crazy she is, this doesn't make any sense. And again, she's reiterating, I'm here to report back whether or not there is a rebellion. If you kill me, it'll prove what they're saying and cause war.
And Geryon hears this, apparently. Now you have 2 points of doubt. Now, you will not break until you have taken 4 points of doubt.
Right.
It's a good thing for you that she's not going on your win, because you would be broken by now.
Geryon at this point will just march straight up. I'm going to fire in the eyes, intense hatred, walk straight up to her.
Yep.
Praanz does not flinch. She looks him deadpan in the face.
That is true. I think there's a lot of courtiers whispering around at this moment. Some of them, Folda's courtiers, others, you've seen on the shadow board, the resource courtiers. This is them. And some of them other people, nobles, like, for example, Fastilda and Lord Lampazia. This is, like, scandalous. This is delicious. Oh, this is wonderful. What a wonderful party we're having. Yep.
Did you know she totally warned me I had a tail?
Oh, yeah, like you can believe that.
So Geryon is
And not
coming up
Wolfkin or anything.
right into Praanz's face, and...
I promised Folda I wouldn't kill anybody today. Don't make me doubt that. Sword. Put my hand out.
Are you good?
Praanz trusts her own melee abilities enough. She hands it over.
She can stay. And I go back to my table.
But I stood up and everything.
What is Sir Artegue's reaction?
Hey, don't put the hammer away yet. I don't trust her.
Artegue was walking over there to hit her in the head with a hammer, and then Geryon started talking to her, and now it appears that there's not going to be any hitting the Trakorian with a hammer, and, well, this is disappointing.
Hey, he only checked me for one weapon.
Still, at the moment, it seems like it would be rude to smash her with a hammer, because he said she could stay.
Not because I wanted to, that's for damn sure.
Artegue's giving Geryon shit about this later.
I bet. But how good is Artegue at reading social cues? Roll a water roll there, Artegue, because I'm not sure that everything really...
Artegue's great at social cues, guys. Great at them.
Praanz might still get hit in the head.
Hold on, let's read social cues.
You have understood that she managed to stare him down. I guess.
So I understand that he just turned yeller.
Yep.
Oh, in that case, I hit her with a hammer.
Oh, you do?
Oh no! What if Artegue somehow keys onto the fact that she actually just stared Geryon down?
Yes.
As opposed to Geryon changing his mind, I'm gonna hit her with a hammer.
Does Trisinda try to stop
him? Who?
I mean,
her other guard
gonna try, but
or step in the way to take the hit.
The hell is Trisinda?
Sorry, I mispronounced things. My other friend that did not get pulled away.
I don't know who this person is either.
Yeah, I feel like Tukandra might not be long for this world if she gets in between you and Sir Artegue.
That is entirely possible. Let's see now. Tukandra has...
Just to put it out there, in the background of all of this, Fundibéra is banking on a human death so I can use it as a sacrifice in a ritual. Which I am in the corner just kind of setting up and getting myself there.
Getting some candles lit, drawing some circles.
Just saying. Like,
maybe not stepping away of the hammer. Just like warn Praanz it's coming.
No, nothing shall be wasted.
Mikhail, I don't know if this would also be something that we could utilize, but just remember that Eldrida did do a fortune-telling thing about this event beforehand for the assassination part of it.
Yes.
And is that something that she could advise Artegue to maybe, I don't know, before all this goes down, like, don't do whatever. I don't know.
Yes,
But if you want
yes,
to use
you can do
that,
that.
you feel free to utilize that.
You can use that, yes, because you did, and nobody said they were going to assassinate anyone. So yes, Eldrida could forewarn. Because yes, you're absolutely correct. I didn't have a chance to respond to that particular prophecy or fortune telling because I didn't know if someone was going to try to slit throats here tonight.
Okay. So
That's why I
I
asked
do.
you guys. Are you going to slit throats or not?
And Artegue
So
didn't
I'm
plan to slit
behaving
anybody's
surprisingly
throat.
well.
Yeah.
So before the
This is
party,
behaving.
Artegue, Eldrida would have let you know that no one is coming in there with the intention of murdering anybody outright.
Okay,
so
is she gonna-
make sure you use that.
Can you
in
let
your
me know
decision-making.
she's gonna walk into Geryon's wedding reception and make him look like a bitch?
I don't think that came as part of it.
That was
but-
not part of the
Okay.
fortune.
You know.
Well, then she's getting hit with a hammer, so
Oh
my
my
boy
God.
doesn't look like a bitch.
Oh
Okay.
my
My
god.
boy.
Oh, you're getting such a big race.
Geryon, I mean, I'll give it to you. Geryon can stop him. Nefria, who's in the room, could certainly
No,
intervene.
I'm
and
just go
stop
for
him. Safanu could stop him. I don't know any of these other people, so I couldn't tell you who among them is reasonable. There's an off chance he'd listen to Balan, but Balan's not here.
No.
So I don't know what to tell you. You've got plenty of people in the room who call Artegue off.
Okay, Geryon, would you call Artegue off as he's walking towards Praanz with
I'm an enormous man in armor. It's not subtle.
No.
Well, I'm assuming he's doing this while I'm walking away. So I don't even see him coming.
Just high-fiving him. Like,
I suppose
team
he
pro.
is at that. Would Lady Brythanni or anyone else? Nefria and Sifanu don't care at all, I guess, because why would they?
Nefria is excited to potentially see the inside of a Trakorian.
I feel like Lady Brythanni is here for this drama, and it's
Like, this is why she came.
You guys just have a whole bunch of supporters in murder, okay? I feel like my characters, both of them, are the only ones who aren't supportive of murdering all the time. And I'm
This
the
isn't
god
murder.
fighter.
admittedly my shadow power fled.
So no one is
my
going to
shadow
stop
power piece the fuck
Sir
out.
Artegue
It's
from-
okay. Go ahead. Take a swing.
All right.
Does Praanz even see it coming? Do I have a chance to dodge his giant
Oh,
hammer
you
to my head?
totally see it coming.
Okay.
There's no question.
So I turn around and stare him down too, if I can.
You can definitely do that. All right. You roll your water plus a fate die, which is
Can I? No, I.
You know what,
Using the
since-
Bonzicon.
yes, I know that.
Okay.
That's why you have your water plus the fate die, and
Okay.
I'm gonna give you, because you are unflinching and everything, so I'm gonna give you a couple of fate dice for that, because
Okay.
you have been unflinching, haven't you? So you will be up to that level now. And so roll 3d6 for stare down. Sir Artegue, roll 3d6 for your stone.
Could I potentially assist Artegue by swearing happily at him and like, yeah, go motherfucker, I want to see the inside.
That will be a water roll for that purpose, and yes, you can do that. Are you going to use
So
your,
it's-
your profanities to that as well, Nefria?
I think so. So what?
It's-
Five,
These are going
four,
down.
4.
And you guys wonder why Eldrida went to the bar. You just like this.
I thought it was
Hey,
Four,
let's
'cause I
invite
have
Shaggle to be our
two
partying member. Okay, Eldrida?
water
Let's
on my
invite
own,
Shaggle
and
to
then
adventure with us.
the
Let's-
Bonzicon, and then the unflinching.
No, it's... well, I can give you an extra 4 for your scar, though. That doesn't.
Okay, so it's 4.
It's 4, yes.
Okay.
Nefria, roll first for your water there with your fate dice.
Oh my god.
And that's 2 extra successes for Sir Artegue to withstand this, as he's
Okay.
getting motivated by...
Apparently, I
Three
used
up.
all of my energy on his buddy,
Apparently, yes.
and she's just like, shit.
You have 2 more dice as well, Artegue, because Nefria is helping you.
Did you?
That's what he says, 2 successes.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
You
that's
did say
3
2 successes, but I'll take 2 dice. You know, whatever. The man can misspeak.
Yeah.
I'd take 2 successes though and be happier. You're right.
You have 3 successes, in fact, and That goes right through Praanz's 2 successes, unless Praanz wants to use an experience here.
Sure.
Which one?
I will use the experience of the Battle of Arham.
That makes
I have
sense.
seen scarier shit than you.
Yep, roll. You have 2 dice to re-roll, I guess.
We've seen some
Hello.
shit.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Yeah,
so
and
now
I've
you
seen the
have 4
aftermath of your
successes.
shit.
We did that.
You ain't seen shit.
Is Sir Artegue gonna use an experience?
Well, hold
I
on.
don't know that
So-
either of these actually.
Well,
I mean, okay, the first
Let
one.
me worry about the math first, and then come up with a story.
The first one could
so,
apply.
I could re-roll 2 dice in the hope of getting. I suppose she's the aggressor again.
Yes, she's aggressor this time. Yes,
Okay, she's
'cause she's
been
trained
the
to
aggressor for every action she's taken.
She's aggressive
but-
for the deter thing.
Yes, and the other deter thing, and the conversation, and the melee. But all that aside, then no, I'm not going to blow an experience to re-roll 2 die and hope that I roll 2 6s.
Okay.
That's insane. So yes, Artegue is thoroughly deterred, cowed, and where was the main entrance?
Right here.
Artegue walks outside to wait outside the gate.
Ah, there will be an encounter again.
Well, I am verbally cowed, and so cowed I shall be.
Yeah, she has like a gaze of steel. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, absolutely.
So Stefano's going to be like, what the shit is going on?
There was a stealth roll going on here, by the way.
Sounds like it was obviated by circumstances.
Okay, fair enough. Intense scene. I have a feeling that the evening is not over yet. Praanz is standing there, and there's a chill in the room as the Palamuxi are giving her eyes and a wide berth.
I'm going to walk up to Praanz and be like, hands up, like, I'm sorry, I don't know what's into those guys. They've just been kind of a dick lately. Click.
That's Zifanu now, of course.
Yeah.
Understandable.
I was initially very confused.
It's a
No, that's
tense
a
evening.
wind roll.
Are you trying to talk to her somewhere? Talk her
No,
down?
I'm doing the thing.
Oh, you're doing that thing.
Bam.
Oh, yes. That is a wind roll.
Yep.
Praanz, roll wind.
okay.
What is this? I don't even know what this is, and I'm part of your group.
I've activated my paralysis rune.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And it's a cargo mission rune, and that will in turn activate Erald.
Oh yeah.
So I do that like, can we get on with this, please? And I go back to my seat.
So did you just paralyze me?
You had 1 success on your wind check. That is, I believe, not enough, right?
No, you need 3.
Oh dear. Yeah.
I don't even have 3.
Praanz,
Yeah, most people
you're
don't.
looking into.
Oh no, you need 2, but one has to be a 6.
You look at, so he's doing this, and there is an amazing tattoo on his arms, and you just can't look away from it. You just, your mind, that is the thing, and
So
it's
if
in your mind.
Erald and Taralese are looking at Praanz, she goes from her usual shtickler to
Yep. Erald.
completely dumbfounded.
Oh
Good
look,
luck.
it's a cargo mission symbolist rune. That's not very creationist.
So, for all intents and purposes, what I see here, obviously, other than magically and quite literally, she goes from raging to literal calm. Does she still seem to be in it? In other words, like, outside of that, she just kind of nonchalantly still there?
She seems very absent and will remain very absent for a while. no idea how long this thing lasts.
Okay. Erald will just continue sitting here until indefinite.
So, what's Ngolma's reaction to seeing her man go up and do that?
I just keep knitting and holding on to Mathis. Like,
At this point, Geryon is very confused. What? Just throw them all out. I don't want to deal with this anymore.
throw them all out.
Oh dear, the wedding episode. We could call this episode "The Wedding Crashers." Artegue, you were doing something there outside. I noticed.
Yes. Amazing.
Let's roll a thing.
Okay. And that lets me. Does that let me cast one higher than usual, or does that just make it one power level higher than usual without giving me an extra die?
Makes it without giving you an extra die. Let's have a
Okay,
more.
OMG. Artegue,
Yeah,
what
power.
are you doing?
You're casting the spell at a power level one higher than usual. Yep.
Okay, so
Oh
3.
my god. Artegue.
How much are we through? Okay.
Oh, two fate die.
Yeah.
Do I literally smell the essence at this point?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you could tell this one. So can Taralese. There's a. Now, this is very odd because you don't see a lot of this necessarily. But there's a tectonic summoner outside.
But that is not anti-creationist.
Calvary has arrived.
You know, I think at this point we just need to call it Ballroom Blitz rather than Wedding Crashers.
I'm actually gonna give Sir Artegue a couple of fate dice too for this whole altercation because destiny. So
Yeah.
there you go.
This was like, no, I could totally free this guy's wedding.
That is what you're trying to do. Yeah, Praanz will be frozen, just standing there.
Oh, good.
Well, I meant the guards would now just physically take her outside.
Yes, and that's not going to be hard at all. So,
Okay,
Praanz will
Ngolma,
be angry when she wakes up.
yep.
Ngolma will stand and excuse herself to Erald, and then grab Mathis and drag him out and go find Praanz. And then on the way out, she sees Stefano and looks at him.
Yep.
I feel like Takander is
Stefano
trying to
withers
resist
at that
this
look.
switch over well.
Let's have a scene between Ngolma and Stefano, finally.
Hi, boss.
Go find her room. Can she hear us? I point at Praanz.
Yes, I didn't turn off any of her senses or just
Who got
can't
thrown
move
out?
her muscles.
Can you fix it?
Yeah. Oh,
It
hold
wears
on.
off.
So Praanz is in the building within Ngolma, not thrown out by the guards.
No, she's...
Well, we go somewhere else.
So you come out the front door then.
Yes.
Well, I was looking to find a room inside, but we can come out the front door, sure.
Or it's up to you, Ngolma,
Well,
where you're dragging
That's why I
her.
was asking
No, the
if you
guards
left
are
the
throwing
building
her
or
out.
We're
not.
gonna have our own little private thing.
No.
Right.
Well,
Because Praanz is taken outside together with Takandra by the guards. So they will be meeting Sir Artegue there.
I'm legit waiting for Praanz outside.
Yep.
okay. Then, Mathis,
So
I tell
have a talk inside, sure.
Yeah. We'll
Have a
have
talk
Mathis.
after you leave Praanz behind.
Yeah, we'll have Mathis and Stefano will come with me to some small room, some antechamber or whatever in
Yep.
Geryon's place.
Like over there, maybe.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. How long is that going to last?
I don't know, 10 minutes.
You should not behave such way at a wedding. It is a formal event.
People were just trying to kill each other. This kind of just, stop the whole thing.
I see. But it is not your place to get involved in these matters of the Empire versus the non-Empire. We play in the middle, dear. We play in the middle.
Yes, ma'am.
As such, where are we with our mission?
See, it turns out it's really hard to collect mummies. when they get up and try to eat your face.
I thought you could handle such things. That's why I hired you.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the entire continent to stand up and try to eat my face.
Are you not the
That's
best
a real
necromancer I've ever heard of?
that you've ever heard of? Probably, but this is ancient magic.
I hear a lot of excuses. You could have brought one.
Actually,
failed me.
no. Even if I crushed one, it would have gotten back up again. I tried that.
You have failed me. And you are here making politics part of your plan. If you want to run with rebels and anarchists, then fine, Stefanu, fine. We will accommodate your new plan. Since you decided to get involved into these political machinations, very good. You need to instill ourselves in the sulfur trade that you have thrown off course. We wish to extend our own protections up there. You have freed their countrymen, have you not? Are you not heroes?
There's a very loose definition on that.
Right, very good. So you will make it happen. You are the hero. Do not fail me again.
Stefano's absolutely terrified at this point. He has no idea what he could possibly say to save his ass. Yes, ma'am. I will make that happen.
Very good.
Somehow.
Work with your very burly friend. They seem to be very boisterous. I don't like that. And stay in the middle, Stefanu. Stop getting involved in all of this nonsense.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Go instill our people up north. Call me when they can be traveled. I will send them up by a boat. We will put some banks in. It'll be very good business, yes?
Yes.
There's a hammer, which is Sir Artegu's hammer, and there's an anvil, which is in Golma, and Stefanu in the middle. Squish.
Mm-hmm.
I would never.
She did tell him to stay in the middle.
Never squish Stefanu in a million years. He's too smart.
Can I ask what Sir Artegu intends to do with the paralyzed Praanz?
Oh, she said I could have a swing at her.
While paralyzed?
I mean, now if she's a bitch and she didn't mean it, that's up to her. Otherwise, there's an already enormous man now standing outside, wreathed in earth and stone, so about a foot taller than he should be, holding an enormous hammer, who's just furious.
I think this is going to be a fight between Sir Artegu and Tukandra, because the rest are not going to get involved. And is
I'll wait until she's unparalyzed.
Okay.
I don't want to smash this other person unless, I don't know, is this other person like a just walking around with a sign that says I lick imperial boots?
Meanwhile, indoors,
kind of.
what
poor
might,
NPCs.
Poor NPCs. What might other people be? Lady Taralese. Yeah, that didn't go as planned. Or did it?
Praanz didn't kill anybody. It's really all you asked of me.
She didn't kill anyone.
This is true.
Eventually, Lady Brythanni's probably going to go bouncing up to Lady Taralese and ask, "This is so interesting. I didn't know we were going to have any guests from Paratorna."
Oh, don't worry, dear. No one ever expects the Paratornan Inquisitions.
No, the Inquisitor's over there.
Yes, precisely. But besides that, I thought it would be rather interesting to see such a historic event, you know? We live in such interesting times.
Oh, totally.
Though speaking of which, there seems to be a lot of buzz around you. Besides the princess, of course. You know, you might want to be careful. Unfortunately, I think death tends to follow that group. I'd be very careful.
Really?
Yes. It's rather interesting. It seems that they were meddling in things they shouldn't have been up north.
Oh, do tell.
It was all rather messy. But really, perhaps you should ask Princess Folda to ask her beloved about that.
That's an idea. And what you say about being interesting is so true. First, the general told me I was being tailed, and then I was being tailed again. By Trakorians this time. How fun.
Oh. So Praanz had a talk with you? I am so sorry. She can be such a brute. She's useful, but she's a brute.
It's okay. I like brutes.
Oh, really? I mean, if she's your type, I suppose I could set you both up.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm unfortunately quite busy with all of this. The royal peacefulness is not going to be happy.
I mean, you don't have to be linked to all this.
Oh, really?
I mean, why not? I assume you don't really need to serve your lady anymore. I assume she'll have her own new ladies in waiting, no?
Oh, I suppose that's true. What exactly are you offering?
Why not continue to mingle amongst the nobles? Try and build yourself up. I mean, I'm certain you have other skills that would translate quite well to being able to build yourself up, both in your own reputation and your own influence.
Interesting. Something to think about.
I mean, certainly, it would make it easier for you to be able to work whatever side is most convenient for you.
That is true.
Everything's so volatile.
That's true. And what interests are you here serving, if I might ask?
My own curiosity.
I'm sure.
No. It actually is true. It's my own curiosity about all the different machinations and different pieces being moved around the board. You know, it's all just one giant game of schmeckelboard. You know that, right?
So I keep being told.
Maybe we should get together, have some drinks, and play a game or two. You know, that's Artegue. He's quite interesting to play with. Unfortunately, he prefers to play the slaps version.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't recommend letting him pick that one. Unless you feel confident, then it's rather satisfying.
I don't much like being slapped, it's true.
But it's very satisfying slapping him.
I'll take your word for it.
But still, it's rather interesting getting to see how the Palamuxian live.
It grows on you.
I'd imagine. Maybe perhaps you should come and visit Paratorna.
Maybe someday.
You could come see Trisilva. It's quite lovely. Especially around this time of year. Though really the time to come is, of course, when we're having our grand festivals. But that's in the fall.
Well, the Freedom Games is in the spring, so that's...
Oh, is it in the spring?
Yeah, it is in the spring. Might still catch it if you leave early.
Like festivals.
And of course, I could also help you with getting some of the finest algae silk. Even if you don't care for how it's fashioned by the Paratornans, it is lovely to work with. See, feel it.
Reaches out like awkwardly. Yes, very nice. I think Master Scoffer wears something similar.
Master Scoffer. Now that's a
Isn't it
name
like-
I've not heard in some time.
Isn't it like one scum though? Isn't that
Bodeville?
his name? I thought I heard. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Was it Bodeville?
Maybe. He hasn't been around much recently.
She'll describe what Bodeville Scoffer looks like.
That could be him. I'm not sure.
And you said he's been hanging around with your lady?
not much recently. I think he went sailing off somewhere.
Well, he is a merchant, if it is the same gentleman we're speaking of.
How did you come to know him?
Oh, it was all rather in passing. They're a Marjora, of course.
Oh, really? You were there?
I was. As I said, these are very interesting times, and I'm very curious to see how all the little pieces are falling into place.
You'll have to tell me more about that sometime over drinks.
Oh, of course.
But I should probably get back to the party. It would not be too good to be seen speaking too long with you, I'm afraid.
Oh, don't worry, darling. I understand such social faux pas. Don't worry. I just hope you're able to keep your head out of this.
Bye.
Bye.
Erald will actually stand at this point.
Oh, is Erald standing?
And starts to make his way towards the midsection, and then kind of looks over towards Geryon and basically almost as if to say he's waiting to be acknowledged.
Oh.
Well, Geryon will be back at his table looking quite upset at how the evening turned out. So if he sees you, like, fine, whatever, come on over.
So, yeah, Erald will definitely go over with Gilio in tow, and basically he looks at Geryon and says, congratulations, and just on behalf of the Inquisition, we're just here to basically take in the events. I managed to see most of it here from the local temple at Kishat. It looked like you had a lovely ceremony.
It was. Thank you for saying so.
I hope that your evening becomes even less eventful than the ruthless interruptions here from Praanz and her emperor. And at that point, I walk out.
Easy, quick to understand.
Has Folda returned yet?
What was that?
Has Folda returned yet? Like, I imagine
Unless
a servant would have gone after her at some point. Yeah, a servant would have gone and found her at some point once everything slowed down.
In which case, once assured it's safe, then yes, she will come back.
Question for Fundibéra.
Actually, I was going to have Sinafu talk to Fundibéra, but I can't seem to move the token. Something about a wall.
Oh.
Although,
Yeah, you gotta like walk
in,
up to the doors and then straight through them.
Yeah.
If I'm coming in as the Inquisitor is coming out, I'm going to buttonhole him briefly.
Oh, okay, sure.
Oh, Barú, are you leaving already?
Yes, I came in quite literally to pay respects to both of you.
I appreciate it. We do not know each other, but believe it or not, I'm sympathetic to your cause. I hope in time you will come to see me as a friend, she says, and then walks back in.
Excellent, and continues through.
My question to Fundibéra is, will you provide the fireworks? That's still muted.
You.
Yeah, Fundibéra will certainly provide some fireworks for the occasion.
Excellent. Describe them to everyone as the evening reaches its, I don't know if it's the crescendo yet, but it's a break in what you're doing indoors.
It's a break in the violence, which is nice.
Violence.
It is. There's more violence to come. Yeah.
Eldrida will wander over for the fireworks wherever Fundibéra is stationed and assist her.
So you see a, classic, poofs of fireworks and like those fun ones that make that staticky noise. Those are Fundibéra's favorites. So you get a couple of those as well. Additionally, you see kind of like some light shows. So, there may be something like a Trakorian sigil that shatters into 1,000 tiny pieces as you stare up into it. Perhaps replaced by the, or we're on Palamux, right? The Palamuxian, sigil that
the
Gary.
There's going to be a running tapir, the sacred tapir of the Palamux.
Yep,
It's
you
white.
see the sacred tapir of Palamux up there in lights as well, and it great nice blue kind of going up into the universe of this glorious resurgence. And then just more colors and things like that, and just for funsies. Anybody that is Trakorian also gets kind of a 3-dimensional effect of like a wild boar running at them. And that's the finale.
Is Praanz still paralyzed for that?
Praanz is going to be paralyzed for a scene, so we're getting to
Probably
Praanz in
then.
a moment. Yeah. But I wanted to point out to Erald that this entire display is, of course, fueled entirely by illusionism and therefore completely anti-creationist. And very powerfully so. Like,
So that's going well.
There's so many dice in the challenge on the table now.
Yep.
Is that something non-spellcasters can sense at all?
Oh,
or-
yes.
Okay.
I don't think Fundibéra is hiding her abilities, would she?
No.
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 So everyone who has a rank in any type of magic sphere will go like, whoa, the weaves, the powers.
So, sorry, I meant non-spellcasters. Like,
Oh,
does Folda have any
non-spellcasters.
idea that this is
No.
anti-creationist magic? Okay,
No,
cool.
it's just going to be like, wow, this is a really cool light show. How did she do that? Magic. Okay. It's Fontra Cilor.
I mean, pyromancy.
You came to Fontra Cilor. Just keep that in mind. You came
That's
here.
right.
Yep.
He lives there.
I had no choice.
We said the first minute of this session is a den of sin. So I mean, come on, how did you not expect this?
Erald is keeping it on the down low and just shaking his head, but
That's about all he can do, and hope to God that he doesn't meet somebody else from the Inquisition here that reports it all back.
Making
makes
his
lots of
lists
notes.
later.
Let's turn to, in fact, because we had an offering to a duel here. Sir Artegue versus Praanz. Outside when the spell
once she can
finally
move
wears
again.
off.
Wait a minute. We're waiting? You're waiting?
He's not taking
Oh,
a
yeah.
cheap shot, apparently. I was waiting for
Yeah.
that.
There's
Nefria,
no
what's your
fun in
opinion
smashing her
about
while
this?
she's paralyzed. What do you think she is, a shagulite? She's
Gonna
not
say,
green. She's not green. She doesn't
Alright,
smell
Nefria.
bad, and she hasn't killed a whole temple of druids, to my knowledge. To my knowledge.
All this is,
Nefria is yelling from the window. Oh, I'm outside now. Cool.
I mean, you can yell from the window if you want. That's fine with me.
Just kill her. She's a Trakorian general. She just needs to die. Why do you have to complicate it with like feints within feints and plans within plans? She's right there. You've got a hammer. Just take it and smash in the skull.
I mean,
That's a gross
you-
oversimplification
you-
of things, but
you could go for a water roll if you'd like, but I'm currently particularly resistant to social manipulations after
Yep.
being socially manipulated.
Up to you, Nefria. Do you want to do the water thing here?
I mean, you've convinced Artegue to smash people before. It's not.
No, I'm gonna let Artegue play this one out, but Nefria does protest.
That's
This
fine.
is not a good idea, and when this goes south, she's gonna say something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fastilda will come out because he's always interested in a good duel. I think. Will anyone else come out to watch this?
Erald will pay attention to Nefria, who's basically yelling through the window to smash the shit out of the
I was
Trakorian.
about to say it wasn't exactly announced. No one actually knows until Nefria started yelling.
That's a fair point. So maybe
And
Fastilda
fucking
doesn't
isn't that
hit
your
her.
friend? Ingolma will look at Stefanu in the room and be like, "Isn't that your friend?"
Where did you come here with them? Fundibéra is going to head outside so that she can keep her eyes on any sacrifices in Potentia.
We're going out there, and if one of them dies, you're bringing them back, and we go out.
Praanz, the undead.
Or Erald.
Oh
Or-
no.
Errol will pay very much attention to who Nefria is actually from the yelling, and then basically start making his way out.
All right. I mean, the number of anti-creationists around here, I'm just saying. Yeah.
I feel like the
He's
ratio
making his
is
list and
below
checking it
average
twice.
at this wedding.
It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what was
I'm
that?
trying to use my token out.
Lady Brythanni, was something?
I was just saying, I think the ratio of anti-creationist is actually considerably below average for Folda Cilor at this wedding.
You never know. Okay, so Praanz will finally be out of that fugue and just be able to have control over yourself again.
Well, that was annoying. Where's a priest when you need one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm outside. Fuck.
Yep. Tukandra is there.
Oh,
Hi.
I assume I see
Probably
Stone
go.
Man in front of me.
Yep.
Can
Holding
you
a
at least
very recognizable hammer. It's easy.
turn off the magic before we duel? You know what? Never mind. It's fine. This is fine.
Can
Taken
you
on
turn
worse.
off your steely-eyed gaze?
I cannot use it against you.
Sure. Then I cannot use my defense against steely-eyed gazes.
I don't use it while I'm fighting. I use it to keep you from hitting me in the middle of the wedding.
Listen, the shit you pulled, you deserve to be hit in the middle of the wedding. You deserve to be killed in the middle of that fucking wedding. That is rude. The man's getting married. You can't even keep your jackbooted empire out of a goddamn wedding in Fontra Cilor.
Not
Get
when
a
they keep
life.
threatening to take it over.
Take over Fontra Cilor? Fuck you.
No, take over the empire. Why do you think I'm here?
Honest to God, I think you just have nothing better to do with your time. And
Really?
you're an
Because I have an entire fucking
insufferable
army of
asshole.
zombies to take out. I have much better things to do with my time than be at this fucking wedding. But I go
By
where
my-
I'm sent.
By my clock, you missed you missed the boat this spring. So what were you just too busy attending another ball?
No, I had to come back and resupply.
You had some others. Yes, you had to come resupply. Well, that was a long time ago, though. We've had another sea serpent season you could have traveled through. So I think I'm too busy. I'm rushing straight back to Mertura. Kind of sounds like.
Has there been Mikhail? Because I thought there
Yeah.
wasn't. I thought Praanz couldn't go because of the weather.
No,
I thought there was an opening every 6 months.
There was technically a window in the fall, but Goba was sending you up to Trinsmyran and stuff like that. So basically, Praanz have wanted to go, but Goba has been sending her this way and that all the time.
Sorry, too busy squashing your rebellions.
I'm not in any fucking rebellions. If I was, you'd know about it because you'd be a goddamn corpse. Speaking of which, you want to get going with this duel, or do you want to just tuck your Trakorian tail back between your Trakorian legs and go find some emperor?
Oh no, I will happily slice you to fucking bits.
Sweet.
I've been waiting for the fucking opportunity all night.
Oh dear. Epic showdown.
I hit her with a hammer.
Really, I just-
And I swing with a sword.
All right. So we have Sir Artegue initiating. So you'll get
Yeah.
to be the aggressor first, which means that Praanz cannot use the two weapons expertise as an extra die this round.
Okay.
Well, is there 2 weapon expertise involved? That sword that you didn't get back?
Oh, she didn't get the sword back?
No.
Oh dear.
It's in Geryon's hand.
Yeah, it's
That's
still at
okay.
Geryon.
They never took the other
They
person's sword.
Take to count.
I assume she has a bunch of
Trikandra's.
swords.
And I'm also assuming Praanz carries more than one weapon.
Yes. Okay. So you have 1 sword this time, not 2.
Yeah.
All right, Sir Artegue, roll your stone, and are you throwing a fate die into your sword?
I will throw a fate die into this. Do I have reach on her?
Yes, you do.
Am I able to rabble rouse him?
Yes.
Fucking Nefria.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Also, you have a
Nefria,
powerful
hit
weapon
her.
that gives you another bonus, of course. Sir Artegue.
Murder the Trakorian!
3,
Little
4,
do you know.
5 dice, 6 dice for you, right? For the reach as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
and I'm guessing.
No, my powerful weapon does not give me a bonus to hit with it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. You're right. You're right. So you have 5 dice to hit.
It lets it. My powerful weapon can hurt dragons and demons. It's not extra good at hurting people.
Praanz is not a dragon nor a demon.
I feel like
No, you were
metaphorically.
hoping. No, you were hoping.
I'm sure there's a forked tail back there somewhere.
I'm guessing if Praanz is using a fate die as well to.
I will use as many dice as I can.
Since you don't have reach, you will in fact be at a slight disadvantage here. So you have your 3 dice versus his 5.
Okay. Nope.
That is not so good, and that is extremely good. Oh my god.
Ow.
Stop. Hammer time.
That's okay.
Nefria throws in 2 more dice for you as well with her.
Sorry, hold on,
It's
Nefria.
all good.
Ouch. So you have
Wow.
rolled 6 successes. No, 4 successes altogether.
4 sixes.
Versus 1. 4 sixes, all of them. Ouch. That is... What are you doing here? I mean, you dispatch Praanz instantly.
Murder.
Yeah, honestly.
What does this look like? Praanz is dancing forwards with her... What kind of moves? Sword play moves?
Praanz is trying to dodge like it's a fencing match.
Yep.
Not realize, and she's expecting swords and bobbing and weaving when it's just full on brute of a hammer to the side of the head. She's trying to dodge and weave, and he's just got too much reach on her.
Yep. And Crunch, which is, I think, how much is the base damage of that hammer again?
It's 3, then she's entitled to a... Hold on, it's written down here. The base damage is 3. She's entitled to a fire roll, if I recall correctly.
Wind.
Wind.
Yes.
Okay, wind. Sorry, it was... I know it was
It's
written on the other
need
character
3
sheet.
successes to not take an extra point of damage.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
okay.
get 3 successes.
No, not with our wind. So.
There it is on the front page.
Yes.
Okay, so then the hammer does 4... Or roll does 3 base dice of damage, then then fire, then 4 sixes.
That's an epic 8 points of damage.
Praanz is down.
You could have killed an elephant with that strike.
I told you I could have sank that fucking carrick if you let me hit it with it.
You could have killed Great Thule with that hit.
So am I properly dead now?
I mean, you do have 6 fate dice, and I have capacity to make a deal with you. If you
And I'm cool with Praanz living.
if you make me
You
a
just
deal,
have the story of hitting the general and taking her down in 1 hit.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want you to
not
remember
okay with
this.
that. I need to sacrifice.
Word for you. You've mistaken yourself for Geryon.
I'm gonna say like this. I'm gonna
Get Eldrida out here.
So, I mean, normally, yes, if this was a mook, it would be paste, right? There would be no head left. But this is more fun if Praanz gets to do more shenanigans, and we now can continue spinning the story here. So how about, so if we do a death, there are 2 ways to handle, potential character death in this game. One is to do, as we've gone over on Discord, the death roll, which in this case would be brutally hard for you to make because you have stone 2 and you took 8 points of damage, which is 6 more. So you'd have to have 7 successes on the death save.
Yep.
Which is, ouch. But there's another way. And so I can offer you a deal with fate. I can offer you some level of success in return for fate dice to my pool. And I can basically grab your fate dice and say, Praanz will survive somehow. What happens to make Praanz survive?
Engolma is willing to intercede.
Yeah.
Erald is too.
Praanz looks properly dead. Like she's bleeding out of her skull.
There's
Kendra
just
is
a bloody
definitely
mess on the
frantically
ground.
trying to staunch the bleeding and not succeeding.
Who's
I guess
frantically
Sir-
trying to staunch the bleeding?
Well, we have a
Okay,
doctor.
Ah,
Yep.
Sir Artegue is
and-
like doing this with the hammer and just see Nefria? What?
Fine, I hit her.
Hooray!
So if you wanna, what we could do is Ingolma will have Sifanu intercede as a doctor, and ideally to
Patch her up.
to patch her in a stable fashion,
and
and she will return. Ingolma, Mathis, Erald, and Praanz will all return to Trakoria to deliver her to Goba or whatever works. I'm willing to do that.
and I'm sure after the discussion they had, Geryon doesn't want her to die on his island.
It's
Maybe
not
not.
ideal.
You don't want that war
Ideally-
with Goba.
Ideally, I would not like her to be a zombie or undead, but it might be cool if maybe you have some like necromantic flesh patches or something like that. That would be cool. I don't know.
Reanimate her.
Sorry, Errol.
The other alternative that I was going to mention is I've got a token in relation to all of the crew there at the temple at the Holy Kashat here.
Oh
in
yes,
Fontra
that's
Cilor.
absolutely right. Yeah.
So
You're
any assistance
Could
that
they-
they can guide.
Maybe
Could
we'd want to
they
do it
bring her back from
cleanly.
the dead?
I have no clue.
Oh, I'm not talking about like bringing her back from the dead. I'm talking about like she is being like a named character instead of a mook. She can sacrifice. I can give her a deal that she sacrifices her fate dice to me, and it's one of those situations where she's nearly dead. Hi,
It's a narrative
Wesley.
thing.
Yeah.
Mostly
Franz is in purgatory and she's making a deal with the devil.
Yes, exactly. And she thus gets rushed off to the Shamashi temple where they will see to her wounds. Yes, sir, Rob.
Oh no, Artegue's just waving as they rush her off.
I mean,
Shamashi Temple and Gloma, it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter at this point.
If Ingloma's picking them up, then yeah, that's fine.
Either way.
Ingloma will want to only because this is an opportunity for her in Goba. So that's why she's going to try to get involved. And whatever, because it's Dr. Sifanu there doing the repairs. I mean, it might be fun if there's some sort of like narrative consequence. Like I said, like maybe you have
Well,
some sort of.
Franz would have permanent disfiguration regardless. So yeah, maybe some
Necrotic flesh.
Yes,
necrotic,
let's
or at
give,
least some black veins or something like that.
Yes, let's give her like you already have one permanent consequence.
Sorry, Erald.
Which is
Fine
your
by me.
scar. And you'll
So
have
now
another
Praanz
permanent
has some-
consequence.
Black veins in her neck.
Black veins. Yes, I like it.
Poor
And
Praanz.
Sifanu, you're gonna do are you gonna actually patch her up? To keep
You
her
are a
alive?
doctor. You
I
have
am a
actual
doctor.
medicine.
Yes.
The
I am
irony.
actually a doctor. Yeah.
He
The
is.
irony, because Praanz has an inkling of what you guys have done.
But this is interesting because
Fix it.
that means that Praanz will have a debt of gratitude to Ingolma and to Sifanu.
Yeah.
I like
Fix
this.
it, and it will help keep Trakoria off your guys' whatever it is that you're doing nonsense.
At
Yeah.
least Praanz.
I'm rolling some medicine.
You don't actually have to because I took her fate dice in
Okay.
in exchange.
And we
She
will
made a deal with the
consider
sword cutter.
this. We will consider this our favor. Since you failed before, we will wipe the slate clean, Sifanu.
This is like Moby Dick owing his life to the whale. This
More
is
like
great.
you made a Faustian deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seems great, honestly.
Erald's like, this I can't. It's a lot.
Errol's probably gonna vomit at this point.
Yep, no, Erald will watch, but that's about it.
Just to make sure they don't zombify Praanz.
He's making a list and watching it twice.
I don't want you to actually like bring her back from the dead or something. I just think for story flavor, it might be cool if she ends up having some like I don't know weird scar stuff.
Yes.
Probably,
yes.
just because
But Ingolma really doesn't want it publicly known that like she has a necromancer working for her. That's not on the table. Like I don't want that to be known.
Those black veins might come with headaches that will plague Praanz at appropriate times
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. And
I'm surprised Praanz is still kicking, so...
when that happens, you will only have like one die to roll for your wind because of the headache.
Yeah.
This system is rigged for having long story arcs. This is exactly what it's for.
And I'm not gonna lie, man, if we weren't on opposite sides, we would probably be friends.
Oh no, 100%.
Because
I see a lot of arguing Praanz.
Yeah.
It's just
seems to happen to Praanz a lot.
We've got too much of each other to be on opposite sides and peaceful.
Not kill each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's really
round
funny.
one, better luck in round two.
I'll have to have some work done. It's fine.
And then
You might want to get someone to look at that. That's a little.
for the rest of the Trakorians, if you guys do need a ride back to Trisilve, Ngolma will have that arranged.
Yeah.
I have money. Since Praanz is... I got money. It's okay.
Ngolma will smuggle you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. So Ngolma's gonna smuggle out Praanz through her connections.
Praanz's soldiers are horrified.
Before we leave tonight, we also have the case of Lady Brythanni. Let's not forget.
That's not my problem. That's
No, it's not. So
All
I
right,
think you has a
hammer
busy
round
night.
All right. Well, I suppose now that she's been carted off, I'll go back to watching Lady Brythanni and waiting for her to leave.
Does she though? Like, she's part of the retinue, isn't she? How
Does she have to watch the royal bedding?
No. How is Geryon and sooner or later Geryon and Folda will return to the matrimonial chambers and so on. What is the rest of the court doing at that point? We have two retinues.
We haven't even gotten to the games yet.
Well, probably, still discussing the massive scandal that all of this was, and
they will talk about it for years.
Oh yeah, definitely long into the night.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, the game's probably canceled because nobody can focus on it. Like, wasn't there supposed to be a thing? Whatever, that's not nearly as cool as this.
Exotic animals, but head smashed in.
Well, everything else postponed till next week.
The rumor will be that
That
Praanz
poor
died.
guy waiting for the rhino. Rhino polo is going to wait another day.
Right.
Fundibéra kicks
There's one
over her
very
circle.
excited guy going, "Oh man!"
Oh, I trained him for the.
So
Fundibéra kicks over her circle of candles frustratedly, like, no ritual.
Sinafu's going to come up to Fundibéra when this is all over. It's like, did I at your estate? Was that a portal? Did you make that?
I make many things.
Could you show me how? Because I might get killed if I can't produce a portal.
I get killed.
Is that illusion? portal?
More mentalism, really. Yeah. Though
Really?
I will say, like, let's have a dip it to
I thought that was moon.
mentalism is clairvoyance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the portal.
Demonology?
Yeah, really walk between worlds. Yeah.
Yeah, piercing the veil between realities.
Yeah. Though
Sorry-
there are
sorry,
other
Erald.
secrets. There are other secrets
Sorry.
to that as well. So.
Apologies, Sifanu. That magic is only for that ritual.
Shit. All right. Back to the library. I gotta figure out something.
I might even allow it to be some kind of moon magic if you have a high enough difficulty level. Because again,
That's what I assumed
ritual
it
and all
was.
that stuff. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't state so exactly in the rules that you can do portals with moon worship, but you can do things like clairvoyance with moon worship, and if you want to make a portal with it, I guess you could. to walk between the worlds, but it's going to be a lovely high level of difficulty.
Sacrifice enough humans, you can do anything.
Yes, exactly.
Hey, you see my magic rolls when I need them to count, man. 6 difficulty? Psh, no problem.
Do you have any idea how many people I'm gonna have to kill to get home? Like,
in other words, Sufano will need to get that experience checked off and work towards that last shadow command too. But maybe studying the portal in this case would work towards that agenda. Right? Like, you're
Can't spend 3 months sailing to and from every time. It's just inconvenient.
Learning that magic right now is clearly working towards fulfilling the shadow power command of your boss, right?
There we go.
Right. Clearly.
So next time you check off...
Wait, what did I miss? I missed something.
So next time you check off an experience, you might level up, and then you might get yourself some moon magic as well, because you've been shown that on a particular night by going with Eldrida doing things.
Yep, stuff. Yep, moving on.
Yeah, so and being a cargo mission, it's not out of your way anyway, right? So that might be a thing.
Given that fantastic display of violence, I feel like I'm gonna make Sir Artegu's job real easy, because a certain courtier is probably going to come bouncing up to him, all full of praise, and.
Oh, is that Lady Brythanni?
Well, yeah, she just saw him wreck a person.
So.
And when she comes skipping up, his face just lights up with joy. Oh, thank heavens, something is going to be easy tonight.
Jesus.
Well, Taralese has kind of been clocking Brythanni.
Well, now I was going to talk to you, but not if you're going to call me easy.
Oh, no, not your easy. This whole other thing I have to do is easy. I would never imply that you're easy. You're a lady. Want to go spend some time alone in the back with a jug of wine? Respectfully. I mean, I'm only into it if you consent. I'm not a cad. I'm nobility too, though. No. I mean, I wouldn't lean on that.
Well, that was an impressive display earlier. Your pickup lines are terrible, though.
Yeah, no, I have no game. I'm really my skill is finding people who want to have a good hedonistic time, not in seducing people who don't want to have a hedonistic good time.
Why haven't I seen you around before?
You don't hang out in the seedier corners of Fontra Cilor.
Interesting.
I only very recently got my own estate. Unfortunately, there was a death in the family, and one became available.
So sorry for your loss.
Yeah, I'm heartbroken.
I can tell.
Yeah, he was kind of a dick anyway, and, well, gosh, he did not explode nearly so well as Praanz, but he still exploded.
Tell me more.
Oh, a lot like that. It was he brought a rapier to a Warhammer fight.
Fatal mistake, clearly.
Yeah, you tend to only lose one duel that way, unless, of course, some divine force intercedes to keep you alive.
Yes, unfortunately, walls have been preventing me from coming into injecting herself.
Yes.
But yes, Taralese, actually at the comment about haven't seen you around, Taralese would walk up and say, "Oh, of course. That's because he's been on ships, sailing around, doing other things, visiting far-off places."
Oh, yeah. I was in Marjura. Let me tell you, have you ever heard of a 1,000-year-old race of people called the Kruri who defied the gods and conquered death and put themselves to slumber for 800 years?
Yes, I have. Have you met Lady Taralese da Bravaleti?
Yes! We actually sailed out to Marjura together, and I am just thrilled to pieces to see that she survived.
Oh, I'm sure.
And Erald too over there. I've met him before as well. Although last time he had a different big guy with him, and I kind of liked him, but I don't know. Maybe he got fired or something. I couldn't tell you.
Unfortunately, he met a very unfortunate end due to, if I were to hazard a guess, a rather green friend of ours.
Ah, well, that's a damn shame, I suppose. Don't worry, Erald. We got him for you. Artegue grabs a little cup, goes, sorry, Bowen.
Yeah, Balin is nowhere to be seen. We wonder what happened to Balin.
Did for the longest time.
I liked him. We had a good conversation about trying to keep squishy people alive.
That's true.
But
Speaking of squishy people, whatever happened to that little redhead that was with you? She was a druid.
Parama,
that's it.
yes. Well, we managed to keep the Shaggylights from killing her, and then we fulfilled her wish to wipe out the Shaggylights and destroy the Iron Tower.
Oh,
Although
how
that is
wonderful.
technically a lie, a demon showed up and flew away with one of them, but I didn't catch his name.
Flew
wasn't
away
shackled
with
up.
one of them.
Yeah, one of the Shaggylights.
Interesting.
Eh.
Do you remember what he looked like?
Green, was wearing a red robe. Had kind of soft, melty
I
features.
see your mind is like a steel trap.
Well, some of these events are actually overshadowed by then the fact that we met Shaggle immediately after that. And then immediately after that, we were menaced by Otter, the king of the Crewery, and his undead horde. So, like, somehow, believe it or not, the Shaggylights really started the day as, like, the villains, and then, like, degraded repeatedly throughout the events of the rest of that day.
Oh.
Can Nefria look to insert herself in this conversation?
Yeah, the more the merrier.
All
You
the
guys
best
want to?
people.
You guys want to take this conversation somewhere more private? Huh, Lady Taralese? Yeah.
Oh, but the drinks are here. I rather like it here.
Nefria will sidle
Maybe
up.
next time we should get together, play another game of Smickleboard.
Anytime, so long as you leave the fascist at home.
Oh,
I heard you like slapping people.
I do like slapping people, but only in a consensual manner. I also like being slapped. I mean, really, there's a whole list of things I like. Was there something like, would you like a menu, or just you want to let me know what you're into first?
I have some ideas.
Okay.
What is Nefria going to insert herself with?
Nefria is going to strike up a conversation with Lady Taralese.
Ooh.
Basically just try to divert her attention a little bit, you know? Oh, I can tell you all about the, the bureaucratic stuff that went on our adventures. Oh, there were so many fun people and so many things. What are you drinking there? Let's go get a re-up. You're low on that.
well, I think we're all rather low on our drinks here.
Is that going to be a water roll to distract? It sounds
Yes.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we using a fate die for this as well?
Oh, let me see how many fate die I've got.
Yeah.
Yes.
Calling one
6
wing
at the moment.
Eldrida will wander over to Erald, as apparently all my characters do, and just
Though
offer him.
I
offer him
will
help.
say that I'm gonna give Nefria 1 fate die for interceding against the Trakorian because destiny. So you now have 1 more than you had a moment ago. There.
If only,
Woohoo!
if only you were destined to hate the Trakorian Empire.
Exactly.
Can I throw 2 fate die at this?
You cannot because your machination
1.
level is only 1.
Ah, okay, cool.
So
As I was saying, can Taralese defend with wind in this, since she was on a boat with Nefria for a while.
that is not the same thing. It's still gonna be water, but you have familiarity with each other, so it's gonna be 1 or 2 dice extra for each of you. How strong is the relationship between the two of you after having been 5 weeks on a ship together?
I can't imagine it ever got much stronger than just like we all started bitching about the food and the conditions after a while. Just that shared misery.
So a 1 then. So both of you gain a 1 die for that. So Nefria has 3, 4, 5 dice, and you will have 4 dice if you used your machinator, I guess, Taralese.
Yes.
There we go. That is 2 successes.
Oh god, I clicked it. It must have gotten lost. Roll.
And that is 1 success.
Oh god. Luckily, though.
This reminds her of something.
Yeah, it really does. You know, it reminds me of the time when I had to pretty desperately talk my way out of getting arrested.
That's a fair point. Okay, reroll 4 of those. Is Taralese using an experience as well?
You know what? Why not?
Exactly.
I think she's used to running with crowds wouldn't normally. I mean, having to help her sister and make sure that she stayed safe.
Yes, indeed. So you can reroll 2 dice, and Nefria rerolls 4. Okay, Nefria now has 2 successes, and Taralese still has 2 successes. I'm going to judge this in Nefria's favor, because both of you have a 6, and you initiated the thing. So, yes, for once, Lady Taralese finds herself distracted by someone who is at least as good as she is with the spoken word for weaponized purposes.
Someone later, she's like, "Oh God, I was managed."
Oh God, I was handled.
That doesn't happen a lot, but apparently it did tonight. Very skilled Nefria. What is Artegue and Brythanni doing while Taralese gets distracted?
Oh, sneaking off, I imagine.
Yes.
Now, Rob and I did work this out ahead of time, because otherwise this is going to end into huge mass combat that neither of us especially wanted.
Again, I don't want to kill people. Just NPCs.
So
they're finding a separate room somewhere.
Did you want to say what happens, Rob, or did you want me to?
Gosh, I suppose Brythanni and Artegue find a nice out-of-the-way room together, which I'm sure she's familiar with all the best really quiet spots where no one can hear you scream. And at which point Jess, which one did we go with?
So I think she was going to propose some fun games that involve Sir Artegue getting tied up, just completely visualized, like seductively.
Yep. So Artegue happily gets completely restrained, going, fuck yeah, new things.
And then when it looks about to get all like fade to black type situation, she leans in and whispers equally seductively, "I know what you were planning to do, handsome. And I'm afraid getting murdered isn't part of my plans just now." And there's a knife at his throat.
Artegue sighs dramatically. God damn it, Geryon. I should have known. You send me to deliver weapons. This will be easy, I say. They're all fucking cursed and belong to an undead army. Go smash this lady in waiting. No, she'll tie you up and kill you. Thanks.
For the record, for the audience, this is completely plausible. We have a Discord thing that goes on between sessions and people talk to each other. Lady Brythanni's water is, in fact, 3d6, and Artegue's water is 1. So this is
very easy to con.
Yes.
So that's how murdering the general's easier than murdering the lady in waiting.
Yep.
Oh, no. She'd be like, "Hey, wouldn't it be sexy if I just tied you up with these heavy chains?" So Artegue's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it." Oh shit! I'm immobilized. How am I going to kill her now?
using that bane for the win.
I will give you
That's hilarious.
fate die for your bane there, Sir Artegue, because clearly, clearly it kind of
is.
Oops.
So let's say, Lady Brythanni, that I don't want you to stab me in the throat.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say? Well, all right. So obviously, what if I just offer not to smash you in the face, and instead you wear a fetching veil, which are quite in vogue in Fontra Cilor. I have several embroidered veils of my own, because my real instruction here is that Geryon isn't supposed to see you anymore. So, like, you can come running off with us into the heather and Jan. You can, banishing yourself from the city is kind of lame, but I really think that if you just wear a veil, I can call this mission accomplished. We can take a quick trip to Bone Town if you're still interested. And
I was going to say, did you just invite me to see your embroidered veil collection?
Yes. Yeah, they're quite fashionable here, no matter what the Trakorians tell you.
Well, as it happens, I respect your great capacity for violence, and I don't really want to kill you either, especially since...
This is a very clever trap. Well done.
Thank you. And then I guess the scene just proceeds as like it was originally appeared to be.
We agree not to kill each other, and then things play out the way Artegue originally expected. Except with only one smashing, not the second smashing.
Oh dear, that has been a night to remember.
Thanks.
For just
Thanks, Lady Brythanni, and it turns out they're both very athletic.
It's been a night to remember for everyone involved, I'm sure. And I am going to say that we will leave our intrepid, our hero, protagonists. Here.
Protagonists.
We are not going to come back in a couple of days with the agents thing, because you did it here, right? This was the thing. So the next thing we do is in 2 weeks with more adventures after the wedding. We'll see where your paths will go then, and that goes for the agents too.
Hey, Geryon, my best advice for you is just, avert your gaze when she walks into the room. But let me tell you, that's a hell of a lot of woman.
Fundibéra will also take this opportunity to issue a new shadow command. I just got to figure out what that is, but figure that it was done here.
That's a good, yes, probably. And so, thanks everyone for listening to this epic wedding episode, and we will see you and talk to you, and you will hear us in a couple of weeks again.
Thanks for joining us, other game.
Thanks everyone.
Successful crossover.
Exactly.
Nobody died. Well, ish.
Almost.
What? Someone most definitely died.
Praanz had to make a deal with the devil.
Yes.
I'm glad that no one died, because I really in my head had Artegue and Praanz slugging it out at like the end of book 3 or something on my slate.
Oh yeah, no, Praanz is not done. Praanz will
It's no fun now.
To be continued.
Praanz will be augmented, and then we'll slug it out.
Give her like a metal arm.